Hi, what happened? Oh my God, the stop was I'm gonna show you some video and it's very self-reflecting. There's so many casualties.
Way at Louisville's Muhammad Ali Airport. We're working to determine
Look at that.
what plane that was, what type of plane
Listen,
that is, and
we know it's going to come
how
from
many
here,
people,
right? Like
yeah.
the FAA is going to be here.
And so as we can see too, that is on what appears to be on
They
a
were just taking
runway
off.
at Louisville's Muhammad Ali Airport. We're working to determine what plane that was.
No, let me show you something. It gets worse. Oh my God, it's worse. I'm sorry. I'm so overwhelmed with this. My heart. Oh my God. Oh my God, what's going on here? Thank you for being here. Hundreds and hundreds, mass people died, man. Look at this neighborhood. Look at this. Look at this, you guys. This is a neighborhood. These are all houses. I don't even know what to say. Okay. Here's another one. Okay, this guy got it too. Oh.
They are dead, bro. Bro, get the fuck away from here. Like, turn around. Bro, no, hold on. I think it's gonna crash, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn, they're dead. They are dead, bro.
Okay, here's another one. Oh my God, this one's horrible too. The lady was screaming, so I'm gonna mute that. I know there's no words.
Ay, pinga.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Pero qué pinga.
Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Well, I know you're looking at it. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's see what else. Hold on a minute. I'm waiting for the like the news. Oh, they don't know. Oh my God. Oh, I'll let you guys look with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right.
So we are working again to get the accurate information here on air. You are looking at this picture as we this morning.
Okay, that sounds like
As we're telling
the news.
giant plume of black smoke from a plane crash.
Can't hear what they're saying though.
Or near Louisville's airport. We have 2 reporters and photographers heading to the scene right now. We will update this information just as soon as we get more information.
But for now, Kentucky lawmakers are taking another swing.
Here we go. Jesus. Okay, I gotta check my clothes here in a minute. Okay, hold on. Oh my God, look at that, you guys. It was a UPS cargo plane. Can you imagine you working for the airlines and you're watching this? Like those 2 guys. Oh my God, prayers to the family. Everybody. Yeah, to everybody. Okay, let's go to Fox News. Helicopter. Oh my God, this is awful. Are they talking yet? No, nobody's talking. I don't know. I'm guessing. Let me see. Let me look on the internet here. See if we can find anything else. Oh, plane crash, Kentucky. Oh, here we go. Let's look at Louisville. Here we go. They will know more than any news station, the local. Oh, what happened here? Come on. Oh, what's going on here?
Madison. Hey guys. So what we can tell you right now is a lot of that smoke from our vantage point has dissipated. So we're right on the edge of the airport, one of the roads that goes right into the airport before you, as you're getting on and off 65. And we really can't see the smoke as much anymore. It has gotten darker, so our vantage point isn't as good as it was when we first got here about 40 minutes ago or so. But we know the FAA confirms that this was a UPS plane that was headed to Honolulu that crashed. And when we were on our way here from the station, our station, I put it in Google Maps, is about 10 miles away. And we can see the plume of smoke even from our station. We know a lot of our viewers have seen it from miles away as well. And it's hard for us to zoom in right now to show you the smoke because, again, it's a little bit darker out. And we have seen some of that smoke start to dissipate. I would say even within the last 15 to 20 minutes, it's not as bad as it first was when we first arrived. So it's starting to dissipate, which is good, but there have been a lot of different shelter in places that have been put in just because of that smoke. And what people are seeing and even smelling. We can smell that smoke. One thing that you can't see through the TV is what it smells like out here, and we can smell that smoke here right now as well. So we're continuing to stay out here. There have been a lot of UPS workers who we've interacted with who have come to see what was going on. In fact, we were just speaking with one UPS worker. She told us she had gotten off of work not too long ago, went home, and then all of a sudden she started getting all these text messages, all of these phone calls, people checking in on her, asking if she was okay. And luckily she was, but that's how she found out what happened. And she said it's going to be hard to come back to work tomorrow. If they are coming back to work tomorrow, we don't know what this looks like for employees tomorrow either right now. A lot of uncertainty right now, but saying it's just going to be a hard process moving forward. And she was just very speechless. And I feel like we were very speechless too as we're sitting here waiting for more information, wanting to know what's going on. But what we can tell you right now is there's still law enforcement on scene. They're still encouraging people to stay away from the airport if you don't need to be here. We've been seeing a lot of different cars too, driving. There's a road right in front of us. It might be hard to see right now because it's dark, but we've been seeing a lot of cars speeding back and forth on the other side of this fence. So still a very active scene. But we'll continue to bring the latest updates of what we know from what we're seeing here on the scene right now. But what we see so far is that smoke is starting to go down a little bit. Guys, back to you.
Well, that is some good news.
All right, we do have a comment from Governor Andy Beshear. Kentucky, we are aware of a reported plane crash near Louisville International Airport. First responders are on site, and we will share more information as available. Please pray for the pilot's crew and everyone affected. We will share more soon. And that was a comment from Governor Beshear, who is headed to Louisville, Kentucky. We are told Mayor Greenberg talked with him, the governor, over the phone not long ago and said that he is headed to Louisville to come together and gather some information as far as the latest on the investigation. They're hoping to release more information sometime tonight.
Okay. 3 crew members on board UPS Flight 2976 taking off at 5:19, heading south on the runway. We saw one of the engines on fire, ablaze, and then it went off the runway and crashed into the industrial area off of Grade Lane. Now, when we had Mayor Greenberg on, he threw out the 280,000 gallons. What he meant to say was 280,000 pounds. A gallon of jet fuel weighs about 6.7, 6.8 pounds. So if you, an MD-11, which this plane was, will carry 42,000 if it's an extended version, and that would do the math. If you do the math on 6.8, 280,000 pounds of jet fuel on board, because that plane was headed to Honolulu.
An 8.5-hour, 8-hour and 38-minute flight was expected to land there at 10 o'clock Hawaii time. We have talked to a UPS employee. Can we listen into that interview?
I got a phone call from my dad asking me was I okay, and I literally had just walked in the house from work, and he just, all of my family members was just calling me, asking me if I was okay. They told me about it, and I just started calling my employees and stuff, and just make sure they was okay and stuff. And then that's when I came over to, see what was going on. I was told from my group that it was one of our planes. Some are saying it's Spirit. I'm not for sure, but other than that, I'm just a little shaky because I don't know how tomorrow's gonna go. You gotta go to work tomorrow. You gotta think about planes falling out the sky, being in the building, and I don't know. It's a little scary for me.
Very scary for sure. We were in the middle of the newscast, and we were just admiring one of the pictures that Jay had up of a beautiful fall day with the trees. And you can see in the left corner this gigantic plume of smoke, and our newsroom started getting calls, and that was an explosion out at the airport. That was that airplane that was taking off that crashed, loaded down with fuel, headed to Honolulu, crashed into Grade Lane.
And taking off during probably UPS, one of its busiest times of the day, when a lot of UPS planes are taking off. And Chopper Bill mentioned there were UPS planes stacked up on the runway there. We do want to talk about, there is a shelter in place within 5 miles of the Louisville airport. We've mentioned it a few times, but it is still in place indefinitely until officials release that shelter in place. A source is telling us that Ford LAP, the Louisville Assembly Plant, is also on lockdown. The power apparently was knocked out when all of this happened. This is kind of having a ripple effect. Not just at the Louisville airport, but surrounding businesses and homes there. Some neighbors were saying that they heard the explosions. That's how loud and horrible that they were.
We saw that video, and it was just looked like a bomb blowing up. And then we saw subsequent explosions in some of those buildings there. One of them was a recycling facility, scrap yard. So they had some stuff that was probably pretty flammable, settling torches. A lot of them were.
Okay, I need to correct myself. I thought it was a neighborhood of houses. It's an industrial area where all the fire is. So I have to correct myself. And Christina, I want to thank you for the like. I appreciate you being here. And just so you know, when you talk, other people don't see you because that's how StreamYard works. But if you're on the YouTube side, that'd be different. That's why I put your comment up here all the time.
Of first responders that are on the scene there.
Well, let's bring in Jay. Jay, originally it was 5 miles radius around the airport. The wind situation, I guess, is a factor on what that smoke is doing.
Yeah, and the smoke plume, at least on radar, is now dissipating quite a bit, but it's still out there. You can still see it. If we go over to the radar scan, you can see over the past hour or so, it has really come down in size and scope, if you will. I did receive a phone call, though, a text actually from a good friend of mine who's a doctor, and he was saying, hey, you know, if you're kind of in the path of this thing, you might want to shut off the furnace or the air conditioner until it really dissipates so you don't get those fumes, if you will, in the house, because that's a possibility, especially the closer you are to the crash site. But yeah, I was checking weather conditions going back to 5 o'clock, even prior to that, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Guys, we had a southerly breeze, but it was not strong. Winds were light throughout the depth of the atmosphere, and visibility 10 miles or better all day, even through this event as well. So a mechanical issue, who knows, right? Who knows what happened, but a terrible scene, obviously, out there at the International Airport.
Yeah, it was a beautiful evening, for sure. All right, Jay, thank you.
Sure.
Well, the fires continue to burn off of Grade Lane after that plane crash, a UPS plane, Flight 2976, headed to Honolulu with 3 crew members on board. When it was taking off, we've seen the video, one of the engines was on fire, and then it went past the runway and exploded into some of the warehouses and structures that are just off the Louisville International Airport, and then it set off, I'm just guessing.
What the heck is that? Is this a bunch of drones?
$41,000 gallons of jet fuel, 200. Doing the math, that's 280,000 pounds of fuel. So that was spread across those structures, and subsequently you see the results, the fire there.
Yeah, if we can show that video again from a passenger on another plane that was able to get video from a cell phone. They saw something was happening here and pulled out their phone, and you're seeing this plane here, the UPS plane. Bear with it here. You're going to see the crash here, right there. And there were several explosions there.
And Chopper Bill told us that he was showing us pictures on that runway. There were several of the signs and markers off of the runway. So something caused, probably that fire explosion, lost that engine, caused the plane to, which was an MD-11, to veer off of the runway while the engine was on fire, and I'm assuming the pilots, there was no way they could stop that thing in motion.
Just received a text from Gus Allen over there at 840 WHAS Radio, or Radio Partners, and he was saying they're simulcasting us right now, but he wanted to also say that the explosion was right in the vicinity of the petroleum recycling facility, adding to the fire.
Oh, okay. Well, that fire was definitely, okay, thanks for that info. We want to check in with DeAndrea Turner now for the latest there from the hospital. DeAndrea, do you know anything? We've been told there's some injuries. Do you know anything about any injuries or casualties?
Right now, we don't know anything about any injuries or casualties. We have had it confirmed that LMPD confirmed to us there were injuries, but I spoke with some of the officials here, and they say they have not received anyone yet. But even though they have not received anyone yet, does not mean they're not prepared, because even just 5 minutes ago, they came over the intercom and they said, "Please, can I please have your attention, please? Code yellow is in effect." They said it 3 different times to ensure that everyone in
Oh, look who's here. Christina Bell's here. Hey, girl. So happy to have you over here. I appreciate you. Appreciate every one of you. I don't know why.
one has been brought to U of L right now. So they are ready and they are standing by to ensure that they receive the care that they need in order to get. And not only did they say code yellow 5 minutes ago, they even said it about 30 minutes ago. So people inside of this emergency room, they are ready to take care of the people who have been impacted by this plane crash. But right now it's kind of a wait and see game. But again, they're prepared, they're ready, and they're just waiting for people to come here. For now, at U of L, DeAndrea Turner, WLKY News.
All right, thank you, DeAndrea. Once again, there is the scene. This is off of Grade Lane, right out by the airport, just off of the runway. It lines up perfectly with the direction that UPS plane was attempting to take off from. Could not stop in time, had one of the engines that was just roaring with flames. And then it exploded as it hit into one of those warehouses, several industrial businesses along Grade Lane right there.
And I just got a text from a friend who her husband flies for UPS, and she said that her husband was there, left about the same time as that crew did, and she's still waiting, obviously, to check in with her husband. But what a terrible, terrible time for the UPS family. We do want to bring you up to speed from FAA. Again, released a statement, the latest on their investigation. UPS Flight 2976 crashed around 5:15 today here in Louisville, Kentucky. After departing from the Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport, we talked, this plane was headed to Honolulu, Hawaii. It was about an 8-hour, 38-minute flight. So it was fully gassed up, ready to go for a long flight.
Yeah. 42,000 gallons of fuel. That weighs 280,000 pounds. So a lot of jet fuel that was involved in this initial explosion. And once again, our heart goes out to the 3 crew members of that Flight 2976 today.
Yeah, UPS confirmed there were 3 crew members on that UPS flight. They are not confirming any injuries or casualties. However, LMPD has said that there were some injuries, and we're still waiting to hear the extent of those injuries or if there were any casualties. A lot of details still yet to be released. We do expect to hear from city and state officials here later this evening with the latest on the investigation, which this investigation is going to continue for many more hours and days and probably weeks as they are still, at this hour, fighting to put the fire out from this plane crash.
We talked to Mayor Greenberg. He was out of town, unfortunately, as he's told us, but he has been getting updates, and he's coming back into Louisville, and they plan on having a briefing for us, and we will, of course, cover that for you. We're going to stay on here, folks. Just devastation here in our city today at Louisville International Airport.
Just stay with us here. We do want to show you some debris from WLKY News Chopper. There on the runway, you're looking at debris that was shot just after this plane crash happened. It's kind of hard to see because of the time of the day. The sun was going down, but we're told from Chopper Bill that this is a look at debris from that plane crash that's there on the runway. Again, the airport TSA is temporarily closed at the airport there tonight, and they're telling people if you have a flight tonight or tomorrow to be sure to stay in touch with your airline to work all of that out and to see when it will reopen. We are still unsure, as this is still a changing scene and a changing investigation, as firefighters and first responders are still working to put that fire out. and work the scene.
We will be giving you a clear picture at 7:30. Governor Beshear will be giving us a briefing. Not sure if Mayor Greenberg will be back in time for that one, but Andy Beshear will be giving a briefing at 7:30, and we will bring that to you live here on WLKY and also online. And I understand we're also being simulcast on our WHAS radio as well.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about the businesses around there too. This is a huge scene, and a lot of businesses and homes have been impacted by this. Some, we're told, sources are telling us that the electricity was knocked out when this crash happened. Some businesses are being affected, and the source says the Ford LAP is on lockdown with no power, and I would imagine that other businesses in that area are as well. And this is a good look at one of the buildings near the airport where I would imagine that this plane somehow crashed through that business.
That's the only thing, the only conclusion you can draw. Look at that. It just cut through that like a knife.
I hope nobody was in those buildings. They would tell us. Let's see if there's more. Latest. Oh, they're not talking about it. Okay. Okay, there's nothing more to be said yet. And there's no other videos. Could you imagine the smell? That has to be awful. All right, let's get back to it.
Speeding down the runway, and then it left ran out of runway and went into that industrial area, and a massive explosion, followed by these minor explosions in these industrial facilities that are right there off of Grade Lane. And the firefighters here in Louisville, who are first class, we have the best fire department in the world, folks. They are working their tails off right now to contain those fires and help rescue anyone that should be trapped inside any of those structures. Look at the massive scene here, the area that's laid out.
And our first responders are having to really deal with this massive scene. We want to check in with Madison Elliott now for a look at what's happening there and the latest update from there. Madison?
Hey, Rick and Jennifer. Yes, so I would say it's quieted down a little bit from where we are standing right now. Again, we're still outside of the airport on one of the service roads that kind of runs parallel to the airport that takes you to, merges with the drop-off line, the road to the airport. We're also right next to a UPS hangar as well, and we've seen some planes like on the runway, not taking off, but kind of navigating the runway. I'm not sure where they're going right now, but the plume of smoke that we saw here, we were saying before that it's kind of started to dissipate a little bit, and I would say it has dissipated even more since we last checked in with you guys. It's dark out right now, so it's really hard for us to kind of see as far as we were able to see before, and it may be kind of hard to see for viewers at home on camera, the plume of smoke anymore. It really has dissipated a lot. We still see a little bit of it lingering in the air, but not as much coming up from the ground as it was before. What I can see, and what's probably very hard for people at home to see right now, is I can kind of see, it still looks like almost, it's like an orangey reddish hue right over the hilltop. I can't tell if it's still flames or not. That's what it kind of looks like from where we're standing right now, but it's hard to see. So there is still activity though going on at that crash site. From what we can see right now, we still see first responders are here, and even more first responders kind of continue to pass us. So more and more people continuing to come through as this all evolves. And as you guys were saying, this plane was headed to Honolulu, and UPS did respond to us. We reached out to them, and it seems that they can't confirm injuries or casualties at this point. So we're still waiting to learn more about that. But what we can say is that it looks like the scene from here maybe is not as bad as it first was with all the smoke. But again, it's very hard for us to see from where we are, there were a lot of different UPS workers who were here standing along with us for a little bit. People from, I believe, neighborhoods, you know, who live nearby, coming out here, standing exactly where we were standing just to see what was going on. A lot of people just like us have a lot of questions of what happened, what led up to this. So we're still waiting to confirm a lot of that information, but we should have more information tonight. Officials with Louisville Fire and LMPD officials are set to have a press conference this evening where hopefully we can get some more answers for people. The governor, his office just sent out a press release saying that they will be making Governor Andy Beshear available for some questions from reporters tonight as well. So hopefully we can get another update from Governor Beshear this evening, answering some of those questions. What led up to this? What happened? And if anybody is hurt, those are some of the key questions we're still waiting to get answered right now. As far as the airport, we actually have seen a lot of people driving past us. It's important to note that check in with your flight right now. We just had somebody honk at us as they were driving by, but checking in with your airline if you're flying out. We're supposed to fly out tonight. It seems like none of the flights are taking off right now. If you're flying out tomorrow, just check in with your airline to find out the latest on what's going on there. But I will say,
I'm telling you. Hi, blank screen. I'm terrified of airplanes too. Okay, you guys might think this sounds sad, but you know, I had to go to Washington, right, when my daughter died. But you know what? I didn't care. I'm like, if it crashes, I'm going to be with my daughter. I know it sounds demented, but that was my frame of mind then. I could care less. And there is a lot of crashes. There is. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is a plane. Hold on. Did I mute her? Hold on.
traffic around here has calmed.
Okay. Gosh. Horrible. All right. That's the flight. I'm going to share this on my page. I mean, I don't even know what to say. What do you say, right? Yes, I agree. I'll never get on a plane. Hey, Misty, look who's here. Christina Bell from Facebook. How exciting is that? She made it over here. She says hi to us, you know, you guys, when she comes, you know, from Facebook. And I had to explain to her that nobody will see her comment. Is that the front of the plane that they have been showing? Hold on a minute. Let me take this down. Really? I did not see that.
Being there, it's the third largest cargo shipment airport in the United States. So, and Chopper Bill told us the UPS was extremely busy. He saw several planes that were lined up, ready to take off. UPS Flight 2976 crashed today while taking off or attempting to take off from Louisville International Airport on its way to Honolulu with 3 crew members on board.
And we do want to listen in now, some sound from air traffic control. Let's listen in.
Frequency standby. Airport is currently booked. 171. Aircraft? There was an accident on departure.
And that was a little bit of air traffic control that happened around the time that this crash happened. We're being told from the FAA this was around 5:20 this evening when all of this unfolded. here at the Louisville Airport.
And there you see the aftermath of the initial crash and explosion of that UPS Flight 2976, an MD-11 that was full of fuel, 42,000 gallons of fuel. That turns out to be roughly 280,000 pounds of fuel on board that plane. And once it crashed into those warehouses and other businesses along Grade Lane, you see the results, that massive fire, that
It sounds like they didn't know what, they would know what hit them, right? There was no panic or nothing, which is good, right? I always say, I don't know if you guys believe in God. I believe there's a higher power, so I don't know. I feel that the higher power would not make you suffer. Even though us here alive, yeah, that's all we think about. I know, right? Can you imagine if you have lung issues to begin with? Whew. I'm seeing if there's anything new on X, and there's nothing new. But we will stick to the local station.
massive plume
What is going on?
of smoke in the air.
And LMPD just sent out a message saying that there is still a staging area there. We mentioned at Miners Lane Elementary. We do want to check in with Chopper Bill now. Bill, you're a good ways away from that scene.
Yes, we are, and it's incredible. We are actually almost right over the top of GE Appliance Park is what I still call it. I know they might go by something else now, but you can see right down there on almost the center part of your screen, Scott Ecker running the camera back there in the back. We continue to see these flames, almost like more explosions, and these flames continue to grow. At this point, you would think and hope that the fuel source would start to burn out and this wouldn't be an issue, but that isn't the case right now. That area right there has gotten bigger here in the last half hour or so. What's still very evident from our position well east of the airport is the massive response by public safety, fire and law enforcement to this scene. So again, I'll repeat, the folks at home that are watching us, please stay away from this area and let the professionals do their job, get these fires out, and hopefully rescue anybody that is in that affected area. Back to you guys.
All right, Chopper Bill, thank you so much. He's been up for us here since all of this happened. Just want to reiterate the FAA statement here. UPS flight 2976 crashed around 5:15 p.m. local time here tonight after departing from Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport in Kentucky. Again, it was headed to Honolulu, Hawaii. This was a UPS plane, we're told, with 3 crew members on board. However, UPS has not confirmed any injuries or fatalities.
And I've also heard from someone that was talking to the mechanic with UPS, and usually there is another additional person in the jump seat on one of these flights. So the 3 crew members, we will get the numbers coming up tonight at 7:30. Governor Beshear will be giving a briefing, and we will, of course, bring that to you live as we continue to cover this plane crash, the UPS plane crash at Louisville International Airport.
We're expecting an airport briefing around 8:15 tonight. Mayor Craig Greenberg released a statement that said, Rachel and I are praying for the victims of the UPS plane crash that happened during takeoff at 5:15. We have every emergency agency responding to the scene. There are multiple injuries, and the fire is still burning. And that was just a little bit ago that he posted that. Many road closures in the area. He's reminding people to avoid the scene, avoid that area. We know for sure that Grade Lane is closed indefinitely. So avoid that area if you can. Also, just a reminder that the TSA security area in the airport is temporarily closed. So if you're flying out tonight, tomorrow, be sure to check with your airline. And this is another live look from WLKY News Chopper, a good ways away from the scene as they have closed airspace there to allow for investigators to do their job.
And if you're familiar with the airport, the UPS plane was taking off and heading south on the runway, and that's headed towards the, of course, Great Lane, Fern Valley Road, et cetera, the Fairdale area out there. So that's the way the plane flight was taking off. It had an engine that was ablaze as we saw it barreling down the runway, and then it crashed, setting off these fires. Jay Cardosi, it was so bad initially at 5:15, it was showing up on radar. In fact, it was probably, you said it was dissipating a little bit, but earlier today it was that pronounced that it was showing up on your radar.
Yeah, exactly right, Rick. As a matter of fact, from 5 to 5:15, the radar, as you can well imagine, was clear as can be. But then right after that, things just went haywire. Let me go back and I'll show you this. I'll put a loop on this for you. If we can take the radar scan, here's the last couple of hours worth, and you can watch this smoke plume. Again, right around 5:14, 5:15 is when my radar started picking this up. And as I zoom in tight, you can see there's the International Airport going even a little bit tighter. Here's Grade Lane right there. Just follow my mouse there, and Crittenden Drive. So it was just in that vicinity. And of course, with the gentle south breezes we had, not strong, there wasn't any wind shear out there or anything like that. Just a gentle south breeze. You can see that plume as it kind of carried itself off to the north and also the northeast. Now the shelter in place goes from near the airport on up to the Ohio River. So if we just kind of draw a circle around there, you can see the area that it would cover. A pretty good chunk of central on into southern portions of Jefferson County. The smoke plume, yeah, as you can tell on radar, Rick and Jennifer, is starting to dissipate. So some good news there, if there is some to report.
Yeah, we know that multiple agencies, first responders, have been on the scene there since shortly after this happened, around 5:15 tonight. And you can still see, yes, the fire is slowly being put out, but it is still a massive scene there tonight near the airport where this UPS plane crashed. It's just unbelievable.
It's just hard to underscore, to put into words what we're looking at there as it plays out right there along Great Lane, just outside the airport where the UPS plane crashed earlier today. And once again, we keep stressing this, and it sounds like we're repeating, but a lot of people are joining us, by the minute. The plane was loaded with fuel, 42,000 gallons of fuel, which weighs 280,000 pounds. Crashed on takeoff. It was loaded up because it was headed to Honolulu.
Almost a 9-hour flight for that plane, according to the website. It was scheduled to land there in Honolulu, 10 p.m. Honolulu time. 3 crew members on board. We still are unsure of their status. Right now, UPS is not confirming any fatalities or injuries. But again, LMPD, other first responders, and the mayor has confirmed there are some injuries there, and they're asking people to avoid that area. This is video right now, earlier, right after this all happened.
And my concern is also those businesses that are on the ground, because we saw a lot. Within a minute time, we saw 3 substantial explosions after the crash, and then it set all of these structures ablaze out there off of Great Lane.
And we want to check in with WLKY's Norman Seawright, who is there at the airport admin building. Norman, what can you tell us? Do you have any updates?
Well, Jennifer, what I do know right now is that airport officials and other investigators will be giving us an official update here. They expect that to be around 8:15 p.m. As we've been also notified, Governor Beshear will be speaking at Metro Hall around 7:30, and they do not want to preempt that. So as soon as the governor is done talking, then we will start getting more updates from officials here on this end. But of course, investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what led to this. They're also, of course, we are very, very close to the airport and where this happened. So if you in this area, area. When I'm off air, I'm covering my nose and mouth because they are still wanting everyone here to shelter in place, make sure you're not breathing any of this stuff in because, again, you have jet fuel mixed into the air, you have anything else, debris, all this other stuff in the air. So, again, please just emphasize safety, emphasize caution, stay home if you can. But, again, around 8 o'clock or so, after the governor is done talking, we will start getting more updates from airport officials here at the LRA administrative offices. So, Jennifer, that's what we have right now. We'll keep you updated as soon as they get started over here.
All right, Norman, see you right live.
Okay, is Kentucky Eastern time or Central? Anybody know? I could Google it. Hold on. They are Eastern time. Eastern Standard Time. But then why does it say Central Standard Time? Why are they confusing me? Oh, it's Eastern. Never mind, it is. Hello, Misty. Hello, beautiful. How is everybody? So, sorry, I'm eating. Hold on. I don't want you guys to hear me chomp. So me and Nala, because we are now on Standard Time, not DST. Eating dinner. I got mine in front of me. Good. How are you? Well, you really want to know how I am? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell every one of you. Okay, I had a really good day. It started out really good with Nala. We went for our walk. How many? Let me see. What have we done today? Let me look at my Apple Watch here. I have done 12,780 steps. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. And went 600 or almost 7 miles. Okay. And it was fun, but it was scary. Want to know why? Because all the leaves had fallen. Me and Nala went off the trail and got lost. Nala was pretty good before at getting us back on track. But today we were both lost and it was really scary and I started to panic. But I recognized a tree. So I beelined for that tree. And I got video. I took video, people. Oh my God. Scary. And I know they're going to be closing it. They're going to put a gate up or something. Well, you know what? It's hunting season too. And it's a deer trail there. There's deer. But also, oh my God, it freaked me out. Of all things, what critter came in front of me? No, the critter couldn't wait till I passed it. A freaking snake, you guys, a snake. I yelled, I screamed. Oh my God, it was so scary. And it was black. And it was huge. It was huge. It could wait for me to pass it, could it? Oh God, it was so scary. So scary, so gross. And then I got a package in the mail. Misty sent me some lidocaine patches for my pain. Because I'm going to tell you people, if you don't know, I was in a car accident a while back, and I've had 4 neck fusions. And my last 2 were in 2022, 15 days apart. And let me tell you, with the weather change, it's killing me. It is so killing me. And I don't want to go to a pain clinic because they run your life and they're not running mine. Okay. So I will, and plus, you know what happens? You're going to need more and more and more and more. And that's, yeah, they're not going to run my life. And then something hit me. I was on my phone, messing with my phone. And my little grandson's face popped up, his little face. And it was my daughter's, what she had for her picture for her phone. Oh my God. So that caught me off guard. I don't know if I'm ever going to get over this. Ever. Thank you. And it ruined his life and still does. Yeah, I'm not going to have them ruin my life. I know. I know when it's going to rain. And I know when it's going to be cold. My body tells me. I'm like, oh, rain's coming. Over what? I'm lost. Oh, my daughter died. And I just I'm having a hard time. No, I can't read the chat. Hold on. Okay. I'll probably need it when I go to bed. Yep, for sure. My legs are hurting. I am the same, and everybody thinks I'm Looney Tunes. Well, you could be loony over here because I'm not normal. I think I'm fun. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, God. Do they? I don't. So, I'm getting attacked. It's okay. It's part of being on the internet, but it's kind of funny. On Facebook, they're telling me they're saying I'm doxing people, and I'm not. There's a group of people that took a picture and they're mocking Charlie Kirk's death, and I think that is so messed up. And I reposted something somebody posted, but they're all teachers, right? And it's their name and like math teacher, and then they got a phone number, right? The teacher's number. It is not their personal stuff, right? This is what they put out there. This is teachers, right? So they said they're gonna dox me. Like that hasn't been done already, right? Pretty much it has. So yeah, so there's a group saying they're gonna dox me. Let's see what else. Oh, they're tagging me and they're saying that I got a horrible podcast. And I just laugh. You know why I laugh? Because I'm not a professional at all. I do this as a hobby and to keep my mind busy. But what I had to do, the comments were getting so bad, I had to disable the comments. They were calling me a fascist or something. It was freaking, I'm like, what? You people are nuts. So I didn't dox anybody. They dox themselves. They're teachers. They put that out there. You know how they have, their little flyers and stuff? Yeah. Thank you. I'll show you my daughter. I get emotional. I never used to be like this. But it's okay. There's my baby. This is me and her 10 years ago. And no, I do not look like that no more. No. Wish I did. Here's her with her baby. Yeah. Hold on. Wait. All right. I know. It could have been anybody. It could have been Kamala. It could have been the people that are saying that, they hope I get doxxed, and among other things. What was I going to say? I would have done the same thing if it was them and they lost their lives and they're making fun. I would put their faces out there. I'd be like, here you go, make them famous. On the internet, though, not real life. Do you have another YouTube channel? Yeah, I did. I bet half these people don't know what fascists mean. I don't even know. Thank you. My daughter is beautiful. She's my precious baby girl. She was only 31. That's it. That's it. Okay. Sorry, I had to take a bite. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, they're not saying nothing. Oh.
For us tonight from the airport there. Rick, we've just received word that all TARC service has been suspended immediately because of the shelter in place. And we're unsure of when the shelter in place will be lifted, but we do expect to hear from the governor and the mayor around 7:30 tonight. So very soon, in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. Initially, it started out with a 5-mile shelter in place around the airport, and then they quickly expanded that to all the way extending north, all the way to the Ohio River. So we're in a shelter in place as we speak.
And we do want to show you this video again from someone who was there and kind of witnessed this UPS plane crash. I mentioned that we thought initially it was from someone who was on a plane. It was actually someone who was part of a ground crew there. They were able to get some video of when all of this happened. If we can show that video to from the cell phone video from there on the scene when this UPS plane initially crashed, we were able to get some video and kind of see, here it is, when it all happened. You can see a fire, and then here in just a few seconds, you're going to see the explosion, which you saw a couple explosions when you and Jay during the 5 o'clock news tonight. And several people on social media were saying they heard and felt the explosion when it all happened.
I'm surprised we didn't feel it here. That is a massive explosion, and then that plume of smoke just took over everything, and then the subsequent explosions that happened as a result of all that fuel that was on board that MD-11 UPS plane.
3 crew members, 3 UPS crew members were on board. We're unsure of their status right now, but we do know, we're told, Mayor Greenberg said there were some injuries associated with this crash. But this crash scene, this site, you can see it right here, is massive. It is a very long crash scene.
And right now, the airport is shut down, folks, so anybody who had a flight out tonight, you're out of luck. Jamie Mays is at the Louisville International Airport for us. Jamie?
Jennifer, Rick, as you mentioned, I'm here at Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport, and the way I can describe the scene, the atmosphere in here is just kind of the complete opposite of what's happening outside. Calmness. Inside, a lot of people are in here, they're waiting for flights that have been delayed or canceled. Things like you mentioned are pretty much shut down inside. You can take a look behind me here. You can see the departure and arrival board here. Several canceled flights up here, canceled all throughout these boards, some on time, but of course several just throughout, swipe through canceled flights. You can see that there are several people out here just kind of just waiting, sitting, waiting for their flights, or just kind of waiting for a chance to figure out what's next with their upcoming flights. But for the most part, it's just pretty calm in here. People are just kind of going back and forth, having seats, speaking with the attendants, trying to figure out what's next for their flights. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you, Jamie. Jamie down in the baggage area, it appeared there.
And Congressman Morgan McGarvey just released a statement. It said that he has spoken with the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board, and he will continue to stay in contact with state, local, and federal authorities to get the answers that we're all trying to figure out now, how this tragedy occurred.
And once again, Andy Beshear, Governor Andy Beshear, will be giving us a briefing coming up at the schedule for 7:30. That might be delayed if he's trying to get some more information to us. But this is the scene out at Louisville International Airport off of Grade Lane.
Oh, let's see. It should be coming soon. Hold on, people. I don't know why I keep pausing it. Hold on. Sorry.
It's fired up on top of downtown and central Jefferson County, and you can see that smoke plume being carried off to the north, slightly east of north throughout the course of the early evening hours. Now it has completely dissipated, but I was talking to my wife. She was saying that she could smell a little bit of jet fuel in the air, and that's in the northeastern portion of the county, close to Prospect and the Glen Oaks subdivision. So, yeah, for good reason, that shelter in place is in effect. Even though that plume has dissipated, still a lot of questions that need to be answered as far as what's going on out there at this time. And now we're getting to that time of the event where details are coming in pretty slow. So hopefully, you know, the governor can shed some more light for us as to what's going on and going forward as well through the evening.
All right, thank you, Jay. Boy, those pictures, as that fire continues to burn. Our news chopper was closer to the scene earlier, and then the air traffic controllers kicked them back out. But Chopper Bill was like, I don't understand why, because there's no flights going in and out of the airport right now. But you can see from a distance, he says he's got to stay about 4 miles away as best he can zoom in. And if you get in closer to that, you can see that fire to the left of your screen is really pretty big.
Well, and you know, this plane was filled with fuel on takeoff there, so this is a massive scene there. We are waiting for a 7:30 press conference with Governor Beshear and Mayor Craig Greenberg, expecting to give us an update here on the latest on this investigation, which the National Transportation Safety Board is leading. Then we expect to hear from airport officials and possibly the NTSB around 8:15 tonight, which we're going to provide all of that information for you here live as it happens.
Okay, and LMPD just put out that their facility on Taylor Boulevard is acting as a victim reunification site. So if you had anybody that was involved in this was LMPD on Taylor Boulevard is acting as a victim getting everyone back together, family members, and helping them out and such. That's on Taylor Boulevard. Victim reunification.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who work for UPS or around UPS. Again, this is the mayor's gallery there. We're waiting for Governor Beshear, mayor, and some other officials who are going to give us an update on this plane crash that happened earlier this evening. This is the mayor's gallery there.
There have been a lot of pictures. I've seen a lot of ground pictures of the flight taking off. We can show that one more time of what we have. Someone that was on one of the
ground crew. Yeah, ground crew.
As this plane was attempting to take off, I guess they noticed that fireball coming out of one of its engines as it roared down the runway. Chopper Bill told us that he saw signs that the plane actually went off of the runway and took out some of its signage. So I'm assuming anybody that was, here it is, anybody in that area would have been alerted and grabbed the phones and started taking these pictures. The plane on fire at this point, one of the engines, and then keep going, and all of a sudden there's the big explosion. All of that fuel on board, 42,000 gallons of jet fuel on board that UPS plane.
And we just got a 1-minute alert that the mayor and governor will be giving us an update here in just about a minute. Chopper Bill was also able to get some video of one of the runways there where there were multiple debris. It was a debris field over one runway there. Again, a UPS plane crashed here earlier today.
With 3 crew members on board and no telling what the injuries were to those that are on the ground and those business that were working. You heard Congressman McGarvey say that he had talked to one of the guys that owned a scrapyard there that said thankfully none of his employees were on the grounds when those explosions started occurring. Once again, we're waiting for that briefing that's coming up now in about 20 seconds. This was flight 2976, a UPS flight with 3 crew members on board, crashed upon takeoff, attempting to take off today from Louisville International Airport.
And there's still a shelter in place in order to the river there, and also Mayor of Jeffersonville included Jeffersonville as part of that shelter in place. So just stay inside if you live near the airport there. Stay inside, doors and windows shut until they lift that. And we're unsure of when that's going to be, but we expect to get an update here in the next few seconds.
I think we've covered our 1 minute. Let's check back in and see if they're approaching the podium. We should be getting underway with our briefing.
Mayor's gallery right there.
Andy Beshear and Mayor Craig Greenberg will be giving us an update on the situation that played out. So it should be momentarily. We've gone over their 1 minute warning.
Well, we talked to the mayor over the phone shortly after this happened, and he had quickly talked to the governor about all of that, and even at that moment, he didn't have a lot of details. So there's been some time. This happened about 5:15, 5:20, so there has been some time for them to gather details, and that's probably what they're doing right now, is gathering details, talking to officials, and this is still a very active scene. at the airport there. As you can see, fires still burning on that massive debris field.
Well, and one of the other problems, remember the Givaudan plant, that was at least contained here on Payne Street. This not only the crash site of the plane, but third of a mile, quarter of a mile of fires that are burning. So
Multiple
it's
buildings.
just such a coverage area that they got to be able to get to everybody and get the information and to see what is going on and get a head count of the number of employees that were on site.
And we had some video of a building that was affected too, that looked like maybe a wing or the nose of
Something
the plane
went right through it, just cut right through that.
We want to check in with Jay real quick while we're waiting for this press conference with the governor and the mayor with the shelter in place. Jay.
Yeah, guys, thank you so very much. So here's the very latest on that shelter in place from the outer loop and points north to the Ohio River and also the Jeffersonville area. If you reside in that colored in circle there, we want you to just stay inside, hunker down, and be sure and shut off the air conditioning and also the heating as well. You don't want to let any of that air that's on the outside into your house. This is from the health department. And actually, we told you about this about an hour and a half ago. Got a call from a very good friend of mine, Dr. Henry Sadlow, who wanted me to pass that on to you folks as well. So again, in that shelter in place, the outer loop and points north to the Ohio River, please shut off your air conditioning and also your heating. Shut the windows, as Jennifer alluded to, until this thing is lifted. Again, the smoke plume has pretty much all but dissipated. Don't see it at all on the radar scan anymore. But boy, guys, some of the pictures and videos coming in from our viewers. Thank you very much to everybody out there for sending in your information. Pretty amazing, just jaw-dropping, the videos, the fireballs from various angles, and also the smoke plume that can be seen from miles and miles and miles. Guys, let's send it back to you.
Jay, we do want to just mention again, LMPD is opening up its training academy for victim reunification, their victim services unit. We want to go live now to the mayor there and the governor to listen in.
Good. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, you're going to hear from myself, Julie Carr with the mayor's office, Jody, the director of emergency management for Louisville, your police chief, fire chief O'Neill. You're going to hear from your state senator, Katura Herron, Representative Lisa Wilner, councilwoman, is also going to join us. We also have representatives from Congressman Morgan McGarvey's office, Senator Paul's office. You have Chief Grimes from Louisville Airport Police, the U.S. Attorney's Office, MSD, KSP, Kentucky Emergency Management, Kentucky Homeland Security, and a number of others, because this is an all-hands-on-deck response, and everyone's contributions are appreciated and will be recognized. At approximately 5:14 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, UPS Flight 2976 from Louisville, Kentucky to Honolulu, Hawaii, an MD-11 with 3 crew members on board was involved in a catastrophic crash here in Louisville adjacent to our airport. UPS will be releasing more facts as available. The National Transportation Safety Board will be in charge of the investigation and will be on the scene shortly. They will be the primary source of the investigation as it continues in the days and in the weeks ahead. I can confirm that there was no specifically hazardous cargo on board of the plane that would create an environmental issue for those, and where it impacted could create those types of situations. So please, if there is a shelter in place, follow it. Other agencies involved that are at the scene or available, the Kentucky National Guard, Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, the Louisville Fire Department, the Lexington Fire Department, the Bardstown Fire Department, the Shepherdsville Fire Department, Louisville Emergency Management, the Fern Creek Fire Department, Pleasure Ridge Park Fire Department, Fairdale Fire Department, Anchorage Middletown Fire Department, Jeffersontown Fire Department, Airport Police Department, Louisville Metro Police, Jefferson County Sheriff's Office, St. Matthews Police Department, Shively Police Department, KSP, Louisville Metro EMS, MSD, Louisville Gas and Electric, Kentucky Emergency Management. Again, we have virtually every single fire, police, and emergency response group that is responding right now to what you're seeing. At this time, we've got some initial numbers, but let me tell you, I expect them to grow. Right now, we believe we have at least 3 fatalities. So I believe that number is going to get larger. We have at least 11 injuries, some of them very significant, that are being treated by local hospitals. Again, I think that number will get larger. There is a victim family reunification center being set up at the Louisville Metro Police Training Academy. That is 2911 Taylor Boulevard. Victim services personnel will be on site and on location for anyone who needs information. The United Way is also offering shelter to anybody that's been impacted. You can call them at 502-376-6617. Updates on the operation of the Louisville International Airport will be shared after we're completed here around 8:15 via press conference with Louisville Emergency Management. Right now, we believe that the main area hit consisted of 2 businesses, though we know there were more businesses impacted. The first is Kentucky Petroleum Recycling. We are seeking more information, but it looks like they were hit pretty directly. The second is Grade A Auto Parts. Grade A has been in contact. They've accounted for all of their employees but 2, but they do not know how many other individuals, customers, or others could have been on site at the time. Because of the nature of these facilities, it may be some time before we can account for everyone or know that no one else was on the grounds. They're going to provide us with descriptions of the 2 missing employees soon. Again, there's no direct information about non-employees who were there at the time. The radius for the shelter in place has been adjusted. It is now anything north of the airport to the Ohio River. That includes, without limitation, South Louisville, Old Louisville, and downtown. LG&E had some equipment that has been damaged, but they're reporting no major outages at the time. They may, for safety purposes, have to have some outages. Please understand that if that's done, that's to protect you and the people working on it. I've been in direct contact with the CEO of Ford Motor Company. I can tell you that the Ford plant there was not hit, though it has lost power or did lose power for a period of time, but with the number of employees working there, that's a blessing. I've also been in touch with the head of security for the convention center, and everyone is sheltering in place that is there. They have stopped people coming in for the upcoming events for people's safety, and I know they'll be sending out additional information. Anybody who has seen the images and the video know how violent this crash is. And there are a lot of families that are going to be waiting and wondering for a period of time. We're going to try to get them that information as fast as we can. But if this is a family you know, please give them your support. Please give them your prayers. Please give them your love and be with them, because the toughest moments, and I can say it from personal experience, are when you're wondering whether that person that you know and you care about has survived something like this. We do not, at the moment, have the status of the crew. Watching that video, I think we're all very, very worried about them. I'm going to turn it over now to Julie Carr with the mayor's office. Let me say I've talked to the mayor 6 times since this has happened. He was out of town, which was completely scheduled. He is moving heaven and earth to be back, and he will be back. And from somebody who has been out of town when some of these things happened, let me tell you, he is completely and fully on top of it, in communication, and his crew behind me is responding as well as I've seen any group do. And trust me, I've sadly seen a lot of disasters, whether like this or through weather. So I'll turn it over to Julie Carr.
I'm Deputy Mayor Julie Carr. First and foremost, Mayor Greenberg has been in constant contact with those on the ground, emergency operations, Governor Beshear, and our federal partners. And he would like me to express that he and Rachel have the victims of today's crash in their hearts and prayers. He is asking the entire city of Louisville to join them in praying for the victims, their families, and our first responders, who bravely rushed to the scene to save people and are still actively working to put the fire out. Our hearts are with those affected by this tragic incident. The mayor's office is working closely with first responders, federal authorities, and emergency management teams to respond and secure the area. The mayor is traveling and is expected to be back in Louisville before 9 p.m. He will be here to update our city as more information becomes available. I'm now going to ask Jody Meiman, Executive Director of Emergency Services, to give more of an update.
All right, we're going to hear from Jody in a second. I also have a statement from Representative Morgan McGarvey, who is in Washington, D.C. He says, tonight our community was rocked by a devastating plane crash at the Louisville airport. Representative McGarvey says, my heart breaks for the pilots, crew, and their families, and he's praying for everyone impacted. He's grateful for the bravery of our first responders as they continue their work throughout the night to respond quickly and heroically to this horrific incident. We still do not have complete details on how this tragedy occurred, but I've spoken with the chair of the National Transportation Safety Board and will continue to stay in contact with state, local, and federal authorities to get answers and do what we can to help all those affected. And I know your emergency management director is going to say the same thing, but the thing I left out is do not go to the crash site. You will put people in danger. You will put yourself in danger. There may be people that still need to be rescued. Do not be the reason that the first responders cannot get to them. There are still dangerous things that are flammable, that are potentially explosive at the site. Chief O'Neill was filling me in on that. All of his people and everybody else there are currently safe, but they are trained. The general public is not. So do not go to the site. Director?
Thank you, Governor. So we provided and are assisting currently with on-scene coordination between all the agencies. And initially, obviously everybody can see how big this site actually is. You're not only dealing with the aircraft itself, but you're dealing with several businesses that were affected. Some of those businesses have some issues and some hazards on them that we have to address as well. So establishing that incident management team and that initial unified command between all the agencies that you see standing behind me, as well as the ones that are on site. The Okolona Fire Department was the initial local fire department that was dispatched, and then the city of Louisville was dispatched very recently after that, after multiple calls started coming into our 911 center. But there's three phases of this response. It's life safety, it's incident stabilization, and it's property conservation. And we're still in the life safety step in that process. And what I mean by that is we're still going door to door in the area to make sure that every business, every facility, and there's a couple private residences, everybody's accounted for and everybody has evacuated that immediate area. Our shelter in place, we initially did that at a 5-mile radius because the wind was doing some things and pushing the smoke in different areas. And as hot as the fire was, it was kind of creating its own atmosphere and doing really what it wanted to do. So we're working to narrow that. You heard the governor already say that we've narrowed it a little bit, and we hope in the next couple of hours to narrow that as a little bit more. We started to provide initial air monitoring, very close and immediate on site. We continue that air monitoring now. We've got the 41st CST that's on site that's providing that. And they're also providing us some plume modeling that will give us the opportunity, again, a little bit later in the shortcoming to be able to narrow that as well. Like the governor said, stay away from the area. You know, there's a lot of emergency response agencies there, not only from Jefferson County, but our surrounding counties. I can't thank the response enough. You know, but again, we're still in that life safety phase. Instant stabilization, they're doing that at the same time. Like I said, it's a very large area that's been affected by this, and they have to narrow that down and start to go into that area to make sure that they can identify all the future hazards that can present themselves during this emergency. The area that we've got isolated as far as traffic has been done by Louisville Metro Police and our Sheriff's Office. Again, so, you know, take a look at those, and please stay out of that. Please stay out of that area so it helps with our life safety and our incident stabilization. We'll continue this as long as we can. They have been able to make some headway on the fire to start to get in there. There were several explosions initially from the site itself, just by some of the hazards that were created by the facilities that it impacted. Like I said, we'll be on site. We'll provide more information as we get it through the night. Thank you.
Thank you. Paul Humphrey, Chief of Police, Louisville Metro Police. I will reiterate what the governor and Director Myman said. Please avoid the area and allow first responders to do the work to rescue, recover, and stabilize that scene. I will also say that in the meantime, before we can have a more formal update, please direct all of your attention to the social media of Louisville Emergency Management for any real-time updates. We will have a Family Reunification Center set up at the Louisville Metro Police Academy at 2911 Taylor Boulevard. There we'll have our Victim Services Unit that will be able to help any families get in contact with anyone they need. Again, please stay away from the area. Allow those first responders to do their job to make sure that that scene is as safe as possible. This will be an ongoing active scene for the next several days. We don't know how long it's going to take to render that scene safe for the investigation to take place. The NTSB will be the lead in the investigation, so as of right now, we will not be able to answer any questions related to the cause of this crash until the NTSB is able to give us more information. And with that, I will turn it over to the Senator.
Good evening, Chief Brian O'Neill, Louisville Fire Department. I want to reiterate, this happened in Okolona, and so I want to make sure we give credit to the fact that the Okolona Fire Department first on the scene, took command of the scene, and so we are there in support to help them and we've got units from the rest of the Jefferson County Fire Departments there, as well as surrounding counties. Obviously, the Airport Fire Department is a huge factor in this as well. We've also received assistance from some of the industry around here that has firefighting foam. That is absolutely necessary. As you heard, this was a UPS plane that was taking off, getting ready to go all the way to Honolulu, Hawaii. So we're talking about over 250,000 gallons of jet fuel that was on that plane. So we're talking about a very, very dangerous situation. The area that's affected on Grade Lane at Melton, and it's about a city block wide. You've got fuel recycling storage and some bulk fuel storage that's right there. You also have the auto parts area. There's a lot of issues that are going on with being able to surround and try to contain this fire. When I left the scene about 40 minutes ago, crews there were doing an amazing job. Again, all credit to the firefighters on the scene. They are doing incredible work, and they are containing this fire. Basically, you have to surround it. Where I was with some of our crews was on the north and west side, and you've got Okolona and other people that were leading the charge on that south side to try to just bring it in and bring it in and bring it in. But as I said, we're dealing with not only the initial fuel spill, but all the additional that was on site there. So it's going to be a little while. I've got to reiterate, I know you're going to be tired of hearing this, but you're going to keep hearing it. Try to be patient. Listen to emergency management for any updates. I know you might be eager to try to call to try to find out what's going on. I promise you, people are busy, people are working, they're doing everything they can to keep you safe. I want to address really quick the rest of the city. We have called in one of our off shifts. We have 3 different platoons of firefighters, so we've got off shift firefighters to staff to back up. So rest assured, the entire city is still protected and still covered with plenty of fire safety, even though we have so many units that are down there south of the airport. So if there's any need for any other emergencies, you are covered, you are protected. Thank you.
Thank you. I am State Senator Keturah Herron, and I represent the 35th Senate District. And on behalf of the Kentucky Senate General Assembly, I want to acknowledge how jarring it is for the residents of Louisville and the surrounding areas to watch this tragedy hit so close to home. To happen in a place where many of us frequent on a regular basis, that many of us watch our family members and loved ones pass through on a regular basis, and to have to process this information and to know that there's been loss of lives, it's very hurtful. And my thoughts and prayers go out to the families that we know have been impacted, to the surrounding neighborhoods and communities. And I just want to urge our residents, as it's already been said, to be patient, to stay away from the scene, and to come together at this time of this tragedy. And I want to, again, thank the first responders, the ones that are still there on the scene, and we will make sure that we keep you all updated with additional information. And I will turn it over to Representative Lisa Wilner.
State Representative Lisa Wilner, representing House District 35, which goes all around the airport. This is a sad and heavy occasion. I am filled with gratitude and respect for the work of our first responders, for their courage, for their training, for their teamwork, for their bringing so many different units together on such short notice. I'm grateful to our governor for getting here so fast from Frankfurt. My heart is with the families, all the community members who work for UPS, the folks who work at the airport and are there every day and are already under so much strain because of the government shutdown. This is a time for us as a community to come together. Once again, I am so proud to be a Louisvillian. We are a city of compassion. We are a city of love. I just want to ask that we keep one another in our prayers and our thoughts, that we extend kindness at every opportunity, and that we really use this opportunity to look out for our neighbors and to take care of ourselves and one another.
Okay, my name is Betsy Rui, and I represent Metro Council District 21, and the airport is in the heart of my district. And first, I would like to thank all the leadership of the first responders behind us and all the first responders out there in the field. This is what you all train for. I'm sad that we have to actually use all your training, but I'm glad that you have it. And my heart goes out to everybody at UPS, because this is a UPS town. My cousin's a UPS pilot. My aide's tennis partner is a UPS pilot. The intern in my office works overnight at UPS to pay for college. We all know somebody who works at UPS, and they're all texting their friends, their family, trying to make sure everyone is safe. Sadly, some of those texts are probably going to go unanswered. My heart goes out to those families and those friends. And thank you.
Want to acknowledge we also have our FBI special agent in charge with us today. Are grateful for her participation. With that, I'll open it up to questions, but a couple of things. I'm not going to speculate about the cause. That's for the NTSB to determine, and do not want to interfere in that in any way. And the other thing I'd say is we'll get more information on the numbers of fatalities. We'll get more information on the number of injuries. Know that information is fluid. I would tell you, after the tornado in Mayfield, I was standing outside of a factory where I was sure 100 people were dead. And we ended up only losing 13, and that's a lot of people. But pray. It works. It helps. Let's pray that the number of Kentuckians or any other folks that we lost stays as low as possible. With that, if you have questions, I'll do my best. I don't believe, yeah.
So we do not know of anybody that are trapped, but the units on scene, as I said, we're trying to surround and contain that. As we move in, we're searching every building, every area. And like Director Myman mentioned, all the buildings that are outside of that immediate hazard zone are being searched as well to make sure that those are clear and safe.
If you see the live images that thankfully emergency management can get, you see these heroic firefighters moving from building to building to building. as fast as they can, because if somebody's trapped, they're going to get to them. Yeah.
Yeah, so right now it's from the airport, basically from the airport or right around the outer loop area north. If you live in Jefferson County and you're in that, I know that's a circle that's on the screen up there behind you guys, but you know, we're thinking anybody north of that, we hope to be able to narrow that down as accurate plume modeling is taking place, and it should be done now. So we may be able to reduce that even more, that footprint even more here just in the next couple of hours. Right now, that's it. The smoke, for the most part, is going up into the atmosphere and going north. We've also been in touch with our partners from Clark County, Indiana, because some of the smoke is going towards them as well. So they're making decisions. So if you live on the other side of the river, please make sure that you're paying attention. If there is any notifications that are going out over there, make sure you're paying attention to those as well.
And there's a lot of numbers we're getting from the fire chief. I think he said 220,000 gallons. It's 220,000 pounds, which is about 38,000 gallons. So he remembered those numbers a lot better than I would without them written down. All right, anybody else? Yeah. We have not received information we can confirm on their status. From the videos that I've seen, I'm very concerned for them. But again, I'm still praying. Because I've seen people make it out of things in these last 6 years that I didn't think were possible. We'll have more information soon, and we'll also want to make sure before we confirm anyone specific is deceased that we've talked to their family, who deserve to hear that information first. Yeah, we'll get that information out. Depending on how much news there is, we may be able to get it out on social media or release directly, but we'll work with our news partners, knowing that this is information that people want and need, and please direct any questions to us. But we don't currently have another one scheduled yet. We'd want to make sure we had enough information that came in to warrant it. So the airport is going to have their press conference here right when we're done, and are going to start addressing that. What I'd say, even with somebody who's supposed to have a flight here soon, is they should only do it when it's safe. And this is a great airport that I've used a lot. I trust their leadership, and I'll look forward to hearing what they have to say. All right, thank you all very much. And again, tough day for Louisville, tough day for Kentucky, tough day for this region. We are strong people. I've seen it time and time again, flooding, tornadoes, shootings. That's the last time I drove here this fast to make sure I got here. We've always banded together. We will again. Let's make sure before anything else, we put the families of those that are lost, the families of those that we're worried about first. They deserve it. Let's make sure we pray for them and we support them with everything we have. Thank you, Kentucky.
And you've just been listening to Governor Andy Beshear giving an update on the fatal UPS plane that crashed at around 5:15 this evening at the Louisville airport. And we do want to let you know that United Way is offering shelter to anyone impacted. You can call 502-376-6617, 376-6617.
3 dead, 11 injured, and some of those serious. So the governor said he expects the death toll to rise in this case. Great Lane took the brunt of the explosions afterwards. Kentucky Petroleum Recycling took that direct hit, and we're told that there were a lot of people in that facility. They were closing up, and that's people were in the office. That's when they collect their money.
Did he just, oh gosh, hold on. Did he just say that place that the plane hit or afterwards was a petroleum recycle center? If so, that's why everything exploded like it did. Oh no, I could be wrong. So let's see when waiting for the airlines. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, what's going on?
The names of who died, but
And
just a horrible set of circumstances today.
And the airport is expected to give an update on their end as well at about 8:15. So in just a few minutes, hang here with us. The NTSB is in charge of this investigation now and will be on the scene, we're told, here very soon. The governor did point out no specifically hazardous cargo.
What I will say is I'm really impressed how the governor and all them got together to do a press conference right away. Do you guys want to see a video of Nala? Nala was a little wild today in the woods, people. She done some silly stuff. And every time I went to turn on the camera or the phone, whatever, she would quit doing what she's doing. And she'd come running up to me. Okay, I'll show you. Hold on.
Really? Really?
Ain't that funny? I don't know why she does that. But she had a good time today. So did I. It was really peaceful. I cannot wait until I can make a complete video from the woods from September until now on how everything changed. Thank you, Christina. She's my sweet little girl, Nala. I know, ain't she something? Oh, what's going on?
Shed force on this.
Well, Rick, we are waiting just shortly. We'll be starting to hear from officials here at the Louisville Regional Airport Authority just about where this investigation is starting, where it's going. A lot of questions we still need to have answered, but of course, all of everyone's thoughts right now are with everyone who has been affected by this tragic crash today. You think about an airline, you think about an industry like this, aviation, they very much talk about the souls on board. So when you talk about crew members, you may talk about souls. And this is something that really they internalize all this stuff. I mean, a lot of sources of mine are just distraught about this event today. They want answers just like we do. And as I said, we will be going inside here just shortly, and we will be getting some updates on this investigation, where it starts, where it goes from here, Rick. But that is where we are right now.
Right, live for us. Thank you so much. And again, we want to talk about the shelter in place that's still in effect. Initially, it was 5 miles, and then it was expanded. It's been brought back in a little bit. Jay Cardoso, you've been tracking.
Okay. So after the whatchamacallit, the press conference from the news people, or the God, I can't even think. Jesus. Airlines. Jesus. You guys, I can't even think. I think I'm gonna show you guys another video. Yes, I am. Hold on. Ooh. All right, hold on. We got 3 more minutes. Oh my God, it's taking forever. Oh, sorry. Here I am just looking at it going, why isn't it uploading? It keeps doing that little circle. What is going on here? Well, we will watch my baby girl Tabitha when she was 4 then.
Hi, Precious. And you're wrong, by the way. It's not Skid Row. I know it ain't. Who is it? Tabitha. Hi. You pie? Yeah. Mama loves you. I love you. You do? Yeah. I love you more. I love you even more. You think so? Yeah. I think you're beautiful. Almost. I think you're beautiful. You're precious. It's a ballast tape. And you're my girl. It's Cinderella.
Ain't she precious? It's my baby girl. Kicks. There's my baby girl. She was mama's girl. That's right. Let's not forget it. I'm not talking like that to you guys. I'm just talking and thinking out loud. My situation. All right. So they're not starting yet. So here's a video from today. There you go. There's that. That's just us walking, but the pictures are even better. I love the band Kicks.
Go to local hospitals looking for loved ones. Hospitals are not equipped to handle the family reunification part of this.
Let me
during
tell
this
you
type of
something.
emergency. Instead,
I got lost. Me and Nala got lost twice. It was scary. I'm like, oh my God. how do we end up here? And thank God I recognized a tree. So we headed for that tree because the other day, Nala would lead us back. But today she looked at me like, where we at? So that was scary. And I think they'll be putting a gate up soon. Because opener is next weekend, I think. So there'll be hunters. I do too. Oh, I miss growing up back then in the 80s. Yeah. Look at that. Went right through that building like that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see if there's somebody on Twitter. There's always you sick people online. One of the videos of the explosion they took from X, somebody's account, and put, how did they do that? Bombs away. Can you believe that shit? I think it got taken down though. I don't see it. Nope, there ain't nothing new. Okay, they're a little late, but that's okay.
A gallon of water weighs 8.3 pounds, but a gallon of that jet fuel,
What is
about
that?
6.7, 6.8
Look at this shit.
is what
Oh
that
my
weighs.
God.
Give you a better idea of that shelter in
What
place.
is
So
going
anything,
on, YouTube?
north of the airport to the Ohio River, South
Going
Louisville,
on?
Old
Get that
Louisville,
off of there.
downtown,
There we
and also
go.
including Jeffersonville, as they're seeing some of that smoke there.
No TARC service tonight because of the shelter in place, and the airport is virtually, it is shut down. So flights, nobody's coming in and nobody's leaving tonight as well.
Yeah, they said the TSA security checkpoint is temporarily closed. Check your status of your flight with your airline. Also, the governor mentioned Ford. LAP was not hit, but they did lose power for a short period of time and had to shelter in place there as well.
Okay, so that's the way we're waiting to hear from the airport to get a further update on. They'll give us the nuts and the bolts on the technicalities of initially what they know of what went wrong with the engine on takeoff and what went wrong with that aircraft, which was a MD-11, McDonnell Douglas MD-11 airplane.
And the UPS did release a statement just a short time ago, just to kind of reiterate what happened at approximately 5:20 tonight. A UPS flight 2976 from Louisville, we now know, was headed to Honolulu, Hawaii. You mentioned an MD-11 with 3 crew members on board involved in the accident in Louisville. They have not confirmed any injuries or casualties at this time, but the governor did confirm that 3 people have passed away in this crash. We're still waiting to confirm any other injuries or fatalities, which the governor did expect those numbers to grow.
And kudos to the Okolona Fire Department. They were close by. They were first on scene. Fairdale's just a little south of that as well. All hands on deck helping Louisville firefighters. They had their hands full tonight with this massive fire. There's a video of the
Debris.
the runway and the debris, and Chopper Bill was telling us that he could see some of the signs and lights that were set up along the runway were knocked down, indicating to him that that plane, once that engine caught fire, veered off of the runway for some reason. But we'll have to wait till the NTSB completes its full investigation to know exactly what happened.
And Jody Myman with Louisville Metro Emergency Services mentioned that they're monitoring the air right now, as they do with any situation like this, to make sure that it's okay. And they'll continue to do that before they lift that shelter in place, which we expect to last for a while here, as they're still fighting flames there on the scene. This is still what's called the life safety. They were talking about 3 phases when you respond to a situation like this, and they're still in that initial phase, which I think they called life safety, where they make sure that people are okay who may be there at the scene or affected on the scene, checking cars and buildings and making sure people are okay.
We do want to send a heartfelt, just a prayer and the thoughts to the 11 victims that are still fighting for their life. The governor said he expects the death toll to rise in this, and let's hope that is not the case. Let's keep the faith.
Well, he said some of those injuries were very, quote, very significant injuries.
Well, the Kentucky Petroleum took that big hit, but while they're still alive, let's keep, let's hope for the best in this, is what I'm trying to say. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers for the families that are involved tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned 2 businesses. So the main area beyond the crash, 2 businesses, Kentucky Petroleum Recycling, Grade A Auto Parts, and they said that may be some time before they can actually account for everyone, including.
Okay, that makes sense about the big fire because of the Petroleum Recycle Center. Oh, horrible, you guys. I seen this and I'm like, oh my God, my heart just sank. And that's why I came live. And now we are waiting for the airline people to do their little presser. Yep. Petroleum Recycle Center. Right by airport? Come on now. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because when planes crash, it's usually at takeoff. All right, I'm going to see if there's anything new on this.
And we hope to hear from Mayor Greenberg. He was out of town. Once he gets back into town, his heart is pumping 100 miles a minute.
I said he'll be back around 9.
He'll be back at
Tonight,
9. We'll hear
around
from
9
him,
o'clock.
get an update from him on the situation. We're still waiting from the airport to hear from them.
And also United Way offering shelter to anyone impacted by what's happened here. You can call 502-376-6617. TARC services suspended indefinitely. We'll let you know when that's back up and running. And the shelter in place still in place. Everything north of the airport there. And Jeffersonville. Let's check in with Jay Cardosi. Jay, that shelter in place north of Louisville, Old Louisville.
Yeah. I've been monitoring everything too. I have no new information on that, but I'm watching everything like a hawk. The shelter in place is still the same. The international airport up to the Ohio River to near Jeffersonville, technically. But as I talked about, we're getting emails and notifications from people even farther north, 20, 30 miles north, that they're starting to get the fumes in those areas. One example is Salem. Had an email from a viewer up there saying, and it's a pretty stout smell too. So, and the reason why, well, the wind, it is starting to pick up. It is now coming in from the south. It's been relatively light for much of the day, but we have a storm system on the way for later tomorrow. It's a cold front. It's going to come through quiet tomorrow night, but out ahead of it, the wind is starting to increase in all depths of the atmosphere as we move deeper into the night. So these south winds that have been very light for the better part of the day, the afternoon, will start to increase. So hopefully the officials out there, the firefighters, we can continue to, contain all of this mess, if you will, and get things under control before those winds start to pick up. And that should happen a little bit later on tonight. In earnest after midnight, and we're talking about some gusty winds as we push into and through tomorrow from the south and also the southwest. But yeah, as it stands right now, the shelter in place still there from the International Airport up through downtown Louisville to near Indian Hills, Jeffersonville, the Ohio River area, and then it discontinues the farther north you go. But we do have those emails coming in from those viewers saying, hey, I smell it up here as well. And the health department, if you are in the shelter in place, if you're in that zone, they're asking that you please shut off your AC, your furnace, keep the windows shut until this thing has been lifted, which hopefully that will happen a little bit later on tonight. Guys, let's send it back.
Thanks, Jay. Well, Governor Beshear gave us an update about an hour ago. Let's recap that and play Governor Beshear's address to the Commonwealth.
At approximately 5:14 p.m. Eastern Time tonight, UPS Flight 2976 from Louisville, Kentucky to Honolulu, Hawaii, an MD-11 with 3 crew members on board was involved in a catastrophic crash here in Louisville adjacent to our airport. UPS will be releasing more facts as available. The National Transportation Safety Board will be in charge of the investigation and will be on the scene shortly. They will be the primary source of the investigation as it continues in the days and in the weeks ahead. I can confirm that there was no specifically hazardous cargo on board of the plane that would create an environmental issue for those around the site, but the impact and where it impacted could create those types of situations. So please, if there is a shelter in place, follow it.
All right.
That was Governor Beshear, and we're waiting for for the Mayor
Airport
Greenberg
officials.
to come back out here and the officials from the airport to give us an update on this. So let's reset and tell you, in case you're just joining us, at 5:14 today, that plane, that UPS plane, Flight 2976, was attempting to take off headed to Honolulu.
Yeah, that's about an 8-hour and 38-minute flight for that plane. It was full of fuel. Something happened. You can see it right here in this video from a ground crew member who shot this video. You can see the initial crash right here, an explosion. Something happened as this plane was taking off and caused it to crash. And it also crashed into 2 buildings, according to the governor. That was UPS Flight 2976 that crashed around 5:15 today. That's a McDonnell Douglas MD-11, again, headed to Honolulu. UPS confirmed there were 3 crew members on board, but we have not been able to confirm the status of those crew members. However, the governor did confirm there are 3 fatalities and 11 injuries, some of those severe injuries, and are being treated at University Hospital.
Well, we talked about the fuel. It had close to 40,000 gallons of fuel.
Okay, they're just repeating, and there really ain't nothing new. Yep, it was Petroleum Recycle Center. Why would they have that by the airport? I think that's crazy. I'll hand my phone on the charger in the window, listening for a bit, trying to get a fruit bread in. Oh, okay. Okay, let's watch Nala again. How about that, people? Here's Nala being silly.
Really? Really?
She's such a silly dog. Happy dog.
We've heard a lot of people talking about the UPS family, and they're woven into the fabric here in our community. And you no doubt know someone that is directly involved with UPS, a pilot or whatever. Let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers. There is a victim reunification site set up. It's at the LMPD training facility on Taylor Boulevard, 2911 Taylor Boulevard. Victim Services Unit and chaplains will be present there.
And Madison Elliott is there live now at that victim reunification area there at LMPD's training facility. Madison, what can you tell us about families who are there?
Hey, Rick and Jennifer. So we've seen some people coming in and out of the building. This is where LMPD is asking.
All right, I'm going to show you guys something. Okay. Now, I took what? 50, I'll say 50 pictures today and video altogether, right? I do every time me and Nala go. But look at these 3 pictures. Tell me what you think. I did post it, but nobody tells me what they think, so I don't know. Maybe ask in here, somebody will tell me what they think. Hold on a minute. Why isn't it? What? Why isn't it? Hold on. There's a green dot. Okay. Let me show you. All right. See down here? Right there. So I'll make it bigger for you. Right there. Very strange. I'll show you the next picture. Look in the sky. Look at. What is that? That is not the sun. The sun is right here. There it is, right there. Right there. See? It's weird. And I don't think it has to do with my camera. It's a brand new phone. I don't know what to think, but yeah, right? It was by me. This is 3 different areas. It's not even the same area of the, not the same area. You know what I mean? It wasn't, I took 3 pictures in a row. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. I mean, they're beautiful pictures, though. Very pretty scene. I had something follow me in the woods today. Maybe that's why it was so peaceful. Maybe it was my daughter. Hi, Rhonda. What's a UAP? When I first saw your shirt, I thought it was a laser light. No, I was walking in the woods, man. On the deer trail. Weird, ain't it? Ain't it weird, Christina? Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's okay because I'm going to be going soon. I'm just waiting for the airline people to do their little press conference. Yeah. Because it really ain't anything new. Anything else going on? Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be really serious. Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, it sure was. It's a UPS. There you go. Let's see, what is the size? Hold on. What's the aircraft? I'm not sure. I've been having these like feelings lately. Well, yeah, because they're saying the same old stuff we've been listening to. Maybe the people that run the geocache have a drone. You think so? I brought it back. J13. I brought it back. I put a note in it and I put a bracelet. That's okay. And it's Tuesday. You have tomorrow off. What the hell's wrong with you, woman? Just kidding. Just kidding. So I've been having these feelings, guys, lately. I am not doing good on my channel, and I don't know why, for real. And I just feel like giving up. I'm not a giver-upper, but it's like I put so much into what I'm doing, and when you're a content creator, of course you want to climb, right? I'm not. And it just kind of brings you down, and you don't want to do it no more. Oh.
Hold off. And then we said, what's all that smoke? You know, and we noticed the smoke coming in the sky.
We could see it through our windows of the plane.
And then someone posted it from another airplane on Instagram. So we saw it. It was pretty
we saw it
crazy.
online. People started checking their phones.
Yeah.
And
Everybody's
the
looking
news
at
was
their
starting
phones.
to cover it.
Yeah, we were in the runway.
Yeah, we had just pulled away from the gate on the tarmac, and obviously there was a ground stoppage, airport shut down. We were notified by the pilot. He was great, actually, in terms of communicating to us. And then he just said we have to wait a period of time, and they were going to deplane, pull back into the gate, and get off the plane.
How long?
Okay.
I can imagine being on a plane, watching all of this unfold, but
Check your nerves for sure.
so this shelter in place is still in place. Anything north of the airport to the Ohio River, South Louisville, Old Louisville, downtown Jeffersonville. The governor did note there's nothing hazardous on the UPS cargo plane itself, but it didn't crash into and involve several other businesses who could potentially have some hazardous problems there. So continue to shelter in place if you live around the Louisville airport.
Yeah. In the meantime, TARC is shut down because of that shelter in place. The airport is shut down as well, and we're waiting to hear from the airport authorities, and that's one of the things they'll update us on when they will resume flights in and out of Louisville. But right now, the concern is on those massive fires that are burning down off Grade Lane after today's UPS plane crash as it was taking off.
A fatal plane crash. We are still unsure of the crew, how the crew is doing. We have not got a status update from them, but the governor did say there are 3 fatalities and 11 people injured. Unfortunately, expects that number to grow. And you can see the massive response there.
That is the UPS warehouse that, something went hurling through there, cut through it like a knife.
There's so many buildings and businesses and places there surrounding this area. It's such a massive scene. So it kind of gives you an idea, if we can show that shot, just how big it is, of the large job that these first responders have to do to make sure that they've covered everything. They've checked every car, they've checked every home or building or whatever is involved to make sure that everybody's accounted for. Still lots of businesses doing that.
Well, now we know exactly why we got that large plume of smoke. Not only the plane crash with all that fuel that was on board, but the explosions afterwards from the Kentucky Petroleum Recycling that was hit there as well.
When I initially saw that pop up, I thought this is
massive.
bad. Even the initial pictures of it looked really bad, and it continued to grow as time went by. This was around 5:15 tonight when all of this happened. UPS plane.
Jamie Mays is at the airport for us, and Jamie, you've been checking the board there, and it was the departures and arrivals canceled, and more. What's an update? What are you learning now about flights?
Rick, Jennifer, those flights are still canceled. I've spoken with passengers who are pretty much just waiting here at the airport. You can take a look around me here and you can see some of them just kind of waiting on their flights. Some of them told me that they plan to spend the night here until the morning, until hopefully their flight arrives. And it's not just down here where things are really just kind of calm. Upstairs as well at TSA, it was completely shut down earlier this evening and still is now. I saw someone just earlier who was at TSA, who was working the line, who was turning passengers away, who were trying to get through there, letting them know, hey, you know, your flight's been canceled. You're not able to get through. Businesses here at the airport, we're seeing a similar situation where they shut down or they're not seeing any business at all, as there's just not a whole lot going on here. We did see some people upstairs who are trying to enjoy dinner here, just kind of waiting. Many of them, like I told you, just staying here throughout the night, they told me, or waiting on family to come pick them up. I spoke with one woman here who's from France, another person who was here from Nashville, who said that she was waiting on her son to drive down from Nashville to come get her, to take her back to Nashville. So a lot of different circumstances here. People are waiting, trying to determine when their flight will arrive. Back to you.
All right, Jamie Mays live for us at the Louisville airport. The site of a UPS plane crash earlier today happened around 5:15 this evening.
Just horrible. 3 fatalities, 11 injured, but the governor expects that number to go up. There's some folks that have some pretty serious injuries.
We want to check in with Jay Cardosi now. Jay, you've kind of been tracking this since it all happened. You were able to kind of pinpoint before we even knew exactly how this happened, just from your radar.
Yeah, from the radar, and just prior to that.
Okay, same old, same old. I don't know. I feel, I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm not one to give up. I've been fighting my whole life. Okay. I've been a fighter, but I really enjoy what I do, right? But it's like nobody watches me hardly, right? And I don't understand. And then, you know, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm not about, you know, I don't make money. I'm not about views and all that, but as a creator, you do want to get somewhere, right? Especially when you've done a lot of good. I've had a lot of people take advantage of me. I can tell you that much. A lot of people have taken advantage of me. But let me show you. You want to see how disgusting this is? And I've been getting shit for it too. I got 3.82 subs, right? That's it. 15 views, 19 views, 87, 30, 27, 126, 14, 19. That's embarrassing, you guys. Look at this shit. And the thing about it is, oh, there's my baby girl Tabitha, is it's all current events. Now let's look at my lives. 35, 17, and this was a huge one. 37, 54, 59, 387, 39, 44. I mean, come on, you guys. This is so ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm venting. And it's like, why? 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 I mean, I'm going to give you an example of something. I do a lot of research, right? I put a lot of information. I went and got everybody that's involved in this murder of Cody. I went and got every one of their mugshots. 47 mugshots, people. I'm just giving you an example. I got all the court records, right? And it's like, you just want to give up. You do. You just want to say, fuck it. Sorry about the potty mouth. But it's true. It's true, you guys. I know. And the thing about, let me say something about this too. And the ones that I feel they're bullies that do the drama around here, right? On true crime. What makes me sick is that they put the drama and the true crime together. Let's say something pops off, right? Oh my God, they got to get to it. They got to get to it, right? When they don't even create their own content, they watch other people's content. I've seen the other day that they were reviewing a content that another creator was reviewing. It was the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. It was the craziest shit. I'm like, what? So that sucks. That sucks. And they're all bullies. Good night, Rhonda. I hope you feel better. And yet others are trash talkers and I know. And I give my opinion, but I'm not mean about it. You know what I mean? I don't understand it. I guess I could never be. Well, I can be a bitch, but you know. Do you want me to give them a ticket? What's that? It is. I'm so lost. I don't even know what to do anymore. I kind of, the last few weeks, I've noticed like a huge decline. There was one day I went live this week. Was it this week? What day was it? Saturday? Not one person came into my chat, and that made me think, oh my God, this is insane. Why am I here then? Right? I always said if I have one person in my chat, right? There was not one person in my chat. And I like, is this a sign for me to stop doing what I'm doing? I thought I was there. No, nobody was. Nobody was. Thank you. Good night, y'all. Because if you remember, you and Misty both said I didn't get a notification. Because I talked to Misty, I'm like, nobody showed up. It was embarrassing. Where are you? Oh, there you are, Rhonda. Good night. I've been going live maybe one time a week lately. It's a lot of work. And it's not a lot of engagement. Thank you. Yes, it is a lot of work. People don't realize what you piece together. You're a teacher, so you're very organized, right? And I like to come with all the facts. Know what I mean? The facts of cases. Have you been doing shorts? I love doing shorts actually. Myself. I mean, I don't have that much engagement on TikTok, but I got over 20K subs over there. Don't ask me how. I don't go live. Maybe I should start going live on TikTok. Maybe I should take a break from YouTube and just go on TikTok. No, I can't go. Like, I can't do that. Saturday, I never received my notification. I didn't know why, but I did watch it the next day. I know you always watch my stuff. You told me that. But I'm just, talking how it was just shocking, and that was kind of a sign for me. Why? I don't know. I'm just expressing my truth and how I feel about my channel. That's all. Thank you. I'm actually sad about it. I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of work rebuilding all over again. Thank you, sis. So is yours. All you guys. I appreciate every one of you that are here with me right now, because it helps me get my feelings out. Do you know what I mean? And I can talk through this. Because as you know, you guys are my people, and I have nobody here with me. That's why, we're talking about plane crashes or not going on a plane. And like when I had to go to Washington for my daughter's celebration of life, I could care less if the plane crashed, because I thought to myself, I'll get to go be with Tabitha. Yep. And my mom. I have, however, noticed new people are coming in. Yeah, I like Christina. Christina's sweet. She came from Facebook. I think she came from when I started doing Whitaker's and that stuff going on there. It's defeating to see people who can be a-hole getting thousands of views and the money. I don't count people's money, but I nosy from time to time, and I'm totally blown away. For what? What's wrong with these people? What are you throwing your money away for like that? You're not getting nothing out of it, but you're trying to get attention from someone that don't really care about you. And that I'm not lying. That's the way it is. And those are facts. Well, I'll get notifications now here, YouTube, when you go live, so I can make sure I make them too. Sometimes I guess YouTube is funny and you gotta subscribe and unsubscribe, but I've been making sure I've been getting notifications from my my other channels. I haven't had a problem yet. But yeah, so that's what's up, people. Yeah, very embarrassing. And the channel that exposed me constantly makes fun of me for the number of views on my lives. How many creators have never gone live and have millions of subs? Right. You know what? The thing about it is, you're not doing drama. You're not doing drama. Yep, I thought it was the Whitakers, and I'm not. I've stayed away from that case now, right? But as soon as there's an update about the money and all that stuff, then I'll report on it again. But I can't. I see these people still talking about them. I can't freaking believe it. My shorts get way more exposure. Even those are a lot of work. Yeah, they are. They are. You got to have a mindset to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, you do some wonderful stuff. You're super organized because, like I said, you're a teacher. Listen to me, because you're a teacher and you speak very well, proper, and yeah. I'm telling you, the true crime community changed, and I shit you not, when Jonathan and Bullhorn Betty got here. And I'm not shitting you. Critical K lost her channel. There's something that went on. Queen Bee would come to Critical K's channel, and I don't know what happened there. She was a sub or a mod. I'm not 100%, so don't believe my wording. I don't know. And then so she went away and did her own channel, but then she put herself in the Quentin Simons case, and that's where she pulled people in. Yep. But good for her. Good for her. But they're a bunch of bullies over there. Right? It is crazy. Leave that family, just leave them alone already. Right? All the nonsense that comes out, the people are crazy. I could do drama if I wanted to, but I don't want to be toxic. I mean, I have my days where I want to confront people, right? On the internet, not real life shit. Well, maybe a few of them real life. I'll say 3 of them. I've done real life. But I don't like that toxic shit. Oh, here we go.
In the next few minutes or so.
Hurry up so I can go. I'm going to let them talk. I got to go get Nala. I'll be right back, guys. I know. See, the thing about it is, and I'm going to say this, I will watch them go live for several hours, 4 hours or more. Okay, they can do whatever the hell they want. But as soon as something breaks in a case or a high profile thing, they're right back going live again. It's like, whatever.
When something like this happens, when first responders respond and try to make sure everybody's accounted for. The Ford assembly plant was not hit, but we're told it did lose power. They had to shelter in place there for a bit, and the Ford Fern Valley plant there canceled production in the morning tomorrow. So this is wide-reaching ripple effects, not only tonight, but for days to come.
This UPS flight loaded with fuel, about 41,000 pounds or gallons of fuel. That weighs 250,000 pounds. So that is what caused that massive fireball originally.
It was headed on an almost 9-hour trip to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So it was packed and ready to go. Chief Humphrey described this scene as an ongoing active scene for the next several days. So we will continue to follow this. We apologize. We're having a few technical issues here. But this was a UPS flight 2976 that crashed around 5:20 tonight here local time.
We're waiting to hear from you saw the podium. As soon as the authorities at the airport come forward, we'll be speaking to them. And I keep reiterating this. Louisville has been a safe airport. 2005 was the last accident there, and that was a UPS plane that landed and lost the front of it. Nobody was injured in that incident. You have to go back to the Stanford Field days in 1970 for there was the last crash out at the airport, Stanford Field at that point.
Yeah, we've talked a lot about how this is a UPS town, and everybody takes great pride in having UPS here, and it's like a family for a lot of people, and a lot of people are connected to UPS. So I think as a community, we're all praying and hoping for the best here.
And Chopper Bill was giving us a close-up earlier shots, but the control tower out at the airport shooed him away, so as close as he can get is 4.5 miles. So the picture is from a distance now at this point, so we can't get up close on the fires, but it's looking a lot better than it did earlier today.
Yeah, you know, it seems like they're getting a good handle on this now. And the fire chief was talking about how they attack a scene, like a massive scene like this. They kind of have to draw it in, surround it. And I think that's what they're still trying to do here as they continue to assess the buildings and the businesses around there, still trying to make sure no one's trapped. Buildings are clear, cars are clear, a very busy area there. Shelter in place, still 1 mile surrounding the Louisville airport. If you're not familiar with that area, it's such a busy area too.
Very busy.
Very populated area.
And it's nice to know that that has kind of died down a little bit before the winds pick up, as Jay said is going to do later and then into tomorrow. We had a lady that called Jay and said that she had was smelling the smoke, and she was in Washington County, Indiana.
Yeah.
Clark County definitely got its fill. Mayor Mike Moore even put a shelter in place for a time being over in Jeffersonville.
Yeah, and LMPD is asking anyone, if you're looking for a family member or a friend concerned about them possibly being affected by this, don't go to the hospitals. Go to LMPD's training facility that's located on 2911 Taylor Boulevard. They say the hospitals really are not set up for handling this kind of response. Local hospitals, they're not equipped to handle family reunification during this type of emergencies. So just go to the LMPD training facility there on Taylor Boulevard. They'll help get you connected with the right information and hopefully with your loved one.
Okay. As we're waiting the airport officials to speak to us, and also I'm assuming Mayor Greenberg will be talking as well. If we can go back to the video that we had, and if you're just joining us, this is a look at it from someone that was working alongside the runway, and apparently they heard that loud noise of the plane that was on fire, one of its engines, as it was attempting to take off. Chopper Bill said his indications that it went off the runway a little bit, and then you see that massive explosion that led to the situation where we are right now. 3 dead, 11 seriously injured.
But those are initial numbers. So the governor was very cautious to say some of those injuries are very severe, and he expects that number to increase. And here's another look at that explosion. And we were on air during the news at 5 when all of this was happening, and we were looking at some video of some of our cameras, and as soon as I saw the smoke plume, I knew this was a really bad explosion or whatever it was before we even knew it was the airport.
Something's, massive was on fire.
It was bad, and I think that was kind of the sentiment from a lot of people that live in the area, because I noticed a lot of people were talking about hearing and feeling that explosion. There were multiple explosions there. It affected 2 large businesses, Kentucky Petroleum Recycling and Grade A Auto Parts, both on Grade Lane there. So this is, again, a massive scene. Grade Lane still closed indefinitely as first responders are still working this scene. And this is a live look at the scene. It's kind of hard to see because it is dark, but you can see the massive response to this. We know emergency officials from all over the state and city, Lexington officials raced here to the scene to help out, all hands on deck. And they did say that they did call in people who were off duty today to cover shifts, fire shifts, police shifts, to make sure other emergencies that might happen during this response will be covered.
Okay, once again, we are waiting to hear from officials at the airport. The airport has been shut down since this happened. We've talked to several passengers the last couple, they were hoping to get home to Orlando tonight. They were on the tarmac when the crash happened, and so that was shut down. They sat there for 2 hours.
I can't believe they haven't even started yet. Yay. Oh, I'm like, what are you yaying about? because she finally got the kitty. Kitty. I got Nala, you guys. She's I felt bad for her. She's in heat right now. But she's like in pain. You know, those little cramps. And she don't like to be touched. I can't afford to get her fixed. It's like they told me $1,000. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. And she's spoiled. She's very spoiled. Sweet little girl Nala. That's right. If I didn't have Nala with me right now, I really don't know what I would be doing with myself. No, actually, I'm going to be honest with you guys. YouTube has helped me through my grieving of my mother. That's where I met a bunch of you, most of you, is when my mom got sick. But then people take advantage of you on here. Also. No, are you okay? What the hell? Yeah, it's crazy. And if you want, okay, they do have something for low income people, but good luck with that. Good luck with that. Yeah. Two years. I'm so sorry. It's hard to get through. There is death is horrible, especially when, you know, oh God, I don't know. See, I'm all messed up in my head because, and I'm going to say it again, because I lost my daughter and I haven't been right, you guys, in the head. How are you supposed to feel, right? It was very strange. I ran across two people one day, which is very strange, in the woods, right? And this lady kept looking at me after, because I say hi to everybody, okay? That's what I do. I say hi, ask them how they're doing, give them a smile, because that's just me. And then me and Nala continued walking. I turned around because I felt eyes on me. And, you got to check. You don't know what's going on. And this lady kept looking at me. And I'm like, huh. And she goes, remember to take care of yourself and make sure you're number one. And that really hit me that day. There was another lady who said that to me after that. Oh, no, that wasn't at the first one was in the woods. The second one was Cub Foods. My daughter just died in July 9th or 17th. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm dealing with this death all alone, you guys. Because I do not have a husband. I have an ex-husband. And my mom's gone. And she would have been my Brock. But I do want to say, a lot of people, I got to say this, a lot of people have really been there for me. The ones that I thought really would be aren't, which is shocking. But a lot of you are, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. The people I thought would be here and that have lost children forgot about me. It was so weird. Yeah, I'm so glad about you, Mima. It's just, oh God. I'm getting over it. I've had comments like, "You're not over it yet. Get over it." Who the fuck are you to tell me? I mean, really? Get over it? I'm out here all alone. I couldn't tell you that last time someone came to hang out. I just have fur brats. I know it. See, it got to the point with me, and I understand there's a reason for everything I've done in my life, right, to keep me safe. But after my mom died and all this stuff, I'm coming out of my shell and want to meet people. Do you know what I mean? Because now I'm not taking care of my mom. I took care of my mom for 10 years. My life was my mom for 10 years. I did not do anything. I did not go out. I did not date. I took care of my mom. That's what I did. Ooh. 12 years. That had to have been painful. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'll constantly remember of her. Oh my God, you're so lucky. Oh my God. I'm waiting for Tabitha to come to my dreams and she hasn't. And I think that's why I'm so sad. Here we go.
I want to start by saying I'm Dan Mann. I'm the executive. And I've got to say, my heart hurts for our friends and partners at UPS, and really all the first responders that are out there right now, and everybody else that is going to be impacted by this tragedy. So, I think I really appreciate the mutual aid response. We just practiced this probably less than a month ago. All the life-saving, the response that our partners at Mutual Aid provide is unbelievable. We actually have a ARF truck that came in from Lexington Bluegrass Airport, so we can get the airport open as well. So thanks to them as well. So this will go much better with the fact that we have great partners that are willing to respond to this. With that, I'm going to open it up to turn it over to Officer Devin to give some details.
Good evening. I'm Officer Jonathan Biven, the Public Information Officer here with the Louisville Airport. At 5:15, Louisville Airport Dispatch, an Alert 3 call regarding UPS flight number 2976, an MD-11 cargo plane that took off en route to Honolulu, Hawaii. Flight 2976 had a total number of 3 souls on board. Flight 2976 departed runway 17 right and went down 3 miles south of the airfield. I can confirm a total number of 4 fatalities and 11 injured that were transported to local hospitals at this time. These numbers can increase as the investigation continues with partnerships of local, state, and federal investigators. Here at the airport at this time, runway 1129 is open, and all departing flights have been canceled for tonight. We're asking anyone who is traveling out of SDF Airport tonight and tomorrow, they should contact their airline for flight status. We are also asking the public, if they were to find any debris in the area, to please avoid touching this debris and report the debris. As well, they can take photographs to the following website, which is louisvilleky.gov/emergency services. We are asking everyone to please follow the airport's X page at Fly Louisville for additional updates. We will not be providing any questions at this time as this investigation continues. I'm going to turn it over here.
Moment from the City of Louisville Emergency Management. Just a quick update from the one that we did earlier. We have reduced, due to a substantial amount of air monitoring in the area, we have reduced the footprint of the shelter in place to 1 mile. So that's good news, for the people that live outside of that, but we encourage people to still stay alert, to still monitor social media, and to sign up for our Lens Alert, our Louisville Emergency Notification System. We used initially with this the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, which we use, for dire emergencies such as what the city faced tonight. But as the night goes on, we will not use that outside of that 1 mile area. So we encourage people to sign up for Lens Alert. If it expands, we will issue that again. We will expand it as needed. And we're going to continue to send people downrange, even outside of that 1 mile, to make sure that they're not getting any kind of adverse readings. You may get an odor. There is an odor in the air, but right now, again, with particulate monitoring as well as air monitoring, they're not getting any adverse readings. So please make sure you sign up for our Lens Alert. Also, one of the things we did, again, set up a Family Assistance Center, 2911 Taylor Boulevard at Louisville Metro Police Training Center. And you can call the Family Assistance hotline if you have any questions or need any assistance. That number is 800-631-0604. That's 800-631-0604. Thank you.
We will have another press conference at 10:30. The mayor will be here for that one. I'm not sure we'll have a lot more information, but if we do have some updates, we'll provide it at that time. Again, 10:30, the mayor will be here. I also want to say thank you guys for getting the word out. It's really important that we get as much information out as we can about if you find debris, don't touch it, report it, and where the family area is. So thank you. We'll see you again at 10:30.
Did you take any questions?
No.
Is the pressure at 10 or 10:30? Because we're hearing from the mayor it's 10.
It will be 10:30.
All right, you've just been listening to airport officials there recapping what happened here at the Louisville airport earlier tonight. Fatal UPS plane crash, and we're now learning 4.
Okay, I like the subject matter that we're talking about. Where's her comment? K.A. Pisces. Yes, I'm very open. I'm going to tell you guys something really amazing. My mom is my best friend. And that's the first person I ever lost that I was like close to. Never really had to deal with the death before. Because it was all of a sudden thing. She had cancer. She died 29 days later. So there's that. And I talked to a psychic, right? There's this person that I've been watching, and me and my mom believed in paranormal, right? We made a pact, me and my mama. We made a pact because I always said I was going to die before her. I wanted to because I thought that I could not deal with her death. But anyway, so we made a pact. We were supposed to knock each other upside the head, knock down stuff, and because this is my dysfunctional family, to call each other a bitch. Yeah. Nobody would know these things, right? So this person got so much right. I couldn't believe it. I'm not going to get into everything right now. And she said to me, she wants me to tell you something, but I don't think I can. I go, no, tell me. She goes, I'm supposed to call you a bitch. I'm like, oh, hell to the no. And I laughed. I went from crying to laughing. But I think my mom, she knew I needed to know at that time. Oh, okay. Oh, good. That's good. That don't happen often. I don't know for years that I could find them. Oh, that's tough. Oh, St. Louis? You wouldn't have died alone. Yeah. It's funny, ain't it? It's funny. A lot of people don't believe in that kind of stuff. I do. And let me tell you something else that happened. My mom, I got videos of my mom. People see me and my mom together and know they could see the bond. And she used to play with my hair because it was so long. I don't know why. She just did. And that was okay. And I was struggling on my birthday, the first year that she died, and on Christmas. She came to me in my dreams, but it was so real. I woke up with tears rolling down my face. I was talking in my sleep or whatever it may be, and she was playing with my hair, and she didn't say much at all. And my grandma was there, sitting there, when she didn't say nothing. And I said, Mama, I miss you so much. And she goes, I know you do, baby girl. And she kept playing with my hair. And I woke up with tears rolling down my face. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I wish I would have gotten this recorded because she knew. How would she know? Okay. She don't know me. She don't know my family because I did share this. She knew that my mom had a bird, and she did. Her bird was named Stokey. And she said that she's in heaven with her bird. Did you know they could have animals in heaven? And she was dancing, and my mom had a leg amputated. And she's up there dancing. She knew that she had lung cancer. And what else? What else came out of that? I don't know. It was amazing. It was amazing. I know. My mom is amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful lady. My grandma always said when a loved one comes and dreams, yes, they do. And see, I think that's why I'm struggling because me and Tabitha was like an empath and we would talk about it. She's like, I think grandma, now listen to this. She goes, I think grandma's trying to get my attention. I go, she probably is because I prayed to my mom and I said, Mom, please go be with Tabitha. This is before she passed away. Now I was in Washington seeing Tabitha. She died when I came home. Let's see. Oh God, I can look at my phone too. Shit. 90s after I got home. However, on July 13th, she died July 17th. On the 12th, I think it was. Oh, I'm going to read that other text. She called me and she goes, Mama. I'm like, yes, baby girl. She goes, I had a dream and it was so real that you were still here laying in bed and I heard grandma's voice. And grandma was here too. I heard her voice. I woke up and walked to the room and you were gone. I forgot you were gone, but I thought you were still here. And Tabitha died several days after that. I think it was the 13th or the 12th when she had the dream that my mom was there. Isn't that interesting, people? Isn't that interesting? Who's Pookie? We could tell some good stories. I mean, this is real life for me. I don't mean stories. Our experience. There we go. I believe it, Emmy. We just have to figure out what they are trying to tell us. I know. Oh, about the recording you were saying. I wasn't thinking at the time. My mom was only dead 64 hours. And Susan, the girl that did the reading, was totally blown away how strong she came in. But my mom knew I needed that, though. Yep. But the bitch part, that did it for me. That did it for me. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. I go from crying to laughing. Because she didn't want to tell me it. I'm like, no, go ahead. Go ahead. I can handle it. I've always wanted to do a reading, but I'm always scared of the outcome. I'm scared because there's a lot of people that are fake, right? and take advantage of people grieving, right? But this is somebody I just been watching here and there. I'm like, book another reading because they usually don't come in that fast. I'm Pookie. Oh, you are. See, in Headline Bitch, I can't call her Emmy. She's Headline Bitch to me. And that's how I want to keep it. Okay, let's watch Goofy Little Nala again. Let's watch Nala. Might as well, huh?
Really?
Oh, she's crazy. Thank you for letting me vent, people. I appreciate every one of you. I don't know why she's doing that. No, she's not. It's this new thing she's doing. Do you want to hear another thing she does? She'll stop. She'll just stop. I'm like, come on, Nala, let's go. And I'll kind of like pull her leash a little bit. Come on, let's go. And she'll just stand there looking at me. I go, what? She'll come running. She'll jump up to my waist, right? I have to carry her for a little bit. She has me carry her on the trail. She's in the ocean. Do you know, I've never seen the ocean before. And she goes, Mama, I'm going to take you to the ocean. Those 4 days I was with her, we did so much. We packed everything in that we said we were going to do. Who would think, right? Who would think? And I knew something was going on because July 13th, I messaged her. It was a weird feeling I got. And I said, hey, baby girl, I'm worried. Are you okay? And that was July 13th. And that was at like 2 a.m. I'm like, are you okay? I'm worried about you. And she finally texted me back. And she said her hip was bothering her. And talking about Cooper the baby. And that was July 13th. And she died on the 17th. So there's that. I've never been to the ocean before. So that was amazing. We love the water. The sound of water, I think, is soothing to me. It's a full moon tomorrow. Really? Those laughs are for Nala jumping on you and making you care. I know. I mean, come on now. Oh, your laughs. Okay. No, she did it today. We came across this one guy, and he was there yesterday, and you know what? He kind of gave me, the creep, but you know who I am. I got to protect myself. So I just come in like I'm a badass, right? No one's going to mess with me. And in the woods. And Nala wouldn't come. I'm like, come on, Nala, let's go. I said hi to the dude, have a good day, blah, blah, blah. Carry on with my happy self. And she wouldn't get up. And I had to go grab her and pick her up. I go, oh, this is a new game she does now. No wonder school has been wild. Full moon. Oh, has it? So what's up at the airport? Looks like chaos. Let's find out. Let's find out. Oh, look at the bridge.
right
What's
now,
going
because
on
like you
here?
said, UPS is a part of our everyday lives. This was a normal day for everyone until their lives were turned upside down by what the governor is calling a catastrophic plane crash at this airport. So many lives are going to be forever changed because of this, but this is just one simple way that they're saying, hey, we hear you, we're listening to you, we're here for you. And again, this is a very fluid investigation. It's a very fluid scene. Officials say that they're going to be out there for days. Again, family lives are going to be changed forever beyond the days that they're going to be out there. So this is just one way that they're saying, hey, we see you, we hear you, we're here for you, and we're going to continue to be there for you, especially since 4 lives have been lost, 11 have been injured. And even the governor said about an hour ago in his press conference, he told us an hour ago that it was just 3 and he expected more people to be impacted by this. And just an hour later, a 4th person has lost their life. So the city is really heavy tonight, but also coming together in just small ways like this. Back to you guys in the studio.
DeAndrea, can you smell? We're 8 miles from the airport. Can you smell anything out in the air tonight?
Right now, I can't. However, when I was downtown outside of the city hall, I could. And when I was at U of L Hospital, I also could. But right here at the waterfront, everything's fine.
Good to hear.
All right, okay. DeAndrea Turner live for us in downtown Louisville. Thank you, DeAndrea. We do want to recap for you. It's been more than 4 hours since all of this happened here. About 5:15, 5:20 this evening. There are now 4 confirmed dead. At least 11 people are being treated at local hospitals.
Horrible.
UPS cargo plane crashed at the Louisville airport and leaving behind this.
Okay, there's no updates. Look at it. Is there still a fire? Or is that just the... Okay, it's just the fire trucks. I'm going to see if it's a full moon here tonight. Hold up. Tomorrow, I think. No. Next full moon. November 5th. Tomorrow. Pisces was right. It's 99% right now. I gotta look out there. Let me look outside. Hold on. I'm gonna have to check it out tomorrow. Oh, God, this is awful. How can it be full moon? It says tomorrow. Dang it. I'm so confused. It's tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., which technically would be tonight. Okay. Okay, let me go look here. I'm going to look at something here. Oh, it won't let me look deeper. Well, I'm going to Google this shit then. Ooh, okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's do this. You're going to watch me search. This is what we do here. All right. Don't miss the biggest full moon of the year, rise on November 5th. And Misty was right. It's called the Beaver Moon. It's the brightest supermoon. Ooh, I got to go record that shit. The November supermoon will be the closest to the Earth. Here's one to look up. Okay, we're going to look. When are we going to look up? Okay. Ooh, cool. 30% brighter and 14% larger. So the peak time will be, oh my God, what? 8:19 a.m. Eastern time? No. So that'll be 7:19 my time. Rise. Okay. Look at that. 3 supermoons to occur in 2025. December 4th, another one. What's a supermoon? Okay, here we go. Beaver moon. North or Native American tribes. Colonial Americans, Europeans, according to the farmers. The moon is also known for the following names: digging, scratchy moon, deer rusty moon, whitefish moon, frost moon, freezing moon. Okay. Well, that's going to be cool. I doubt I'll be up at that time. So early. Full moon in Florida. Are they? You'll be at work, of course. That's true. That's true. All right. All right. Well, that's all for now. There ain't nothing more. The only thing that's going to happen is we're going to find out tomorrow there's going to be more people that have died. There's now 4. Sad. But I appreciate everybody being here and letting me vent and listening to me. I really do. More than you know. So I don't want to cry. Okay. You know what? I should just change that attitude and be a big badass bitch, right? Instead of being all, I can't help it, guys. I can't help this crying. It just happens. It's insane. You think that you would have no more tears, right? Nope. Oh no. They'll come a flooding anytime. Always here. You know what? I would be here for any of you, and you all know that. I would drop anything and everything if you're dealing with whatever it may be. I would. Because you know what? I think that would help me internally also. Helping somebody. Good night, Christina Bell. And I'm so proud of you coming over here from Facebook. Now you know what I mean. You can see everybody's comments. And they can see yours. StreamYard is weird like that. Headline bitch, get to school, okay? Teacher. Keep on a teaching. That's what you need to do, woman. And I want to thank Pisces for coming in here. I don't know who you are, but it was a joy having you here and talking about the spiritual realm. I like that. I like that. Spitfire, you know you're one of my faves, and I still don't got that banana bread. You're welcome. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't mind everything I do, right? I'm not looking to get, this or that. It's just like, you do want to get somewhere though, right? It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Yes. Okay, thank you for letting me vent. And I pray for all these families and the people that whole area, I mean, the whole state, actually. I mean, come on now. How could you not be affected? It's in your backyard, right? All right, everybody. I love you all. I love you all.
Boot up the stream, grab your snack and noodle. Here comes the queen, kid and caboodle. Wi-Fi blazing, wig on tilt. More drama than a soap opera quilt. Kid logs on in a sparkly robe, sipping iced tea like she runs the globe. Drops more truth than a psychic at noon, with a cat named Taco and a raccoon named Boom. Kid and caboodle is a hot shit Uber. Wi-Fi warrior, clickbait mover, shaking up the algorithm like a smoothie blender. Watch out, troll, she's a copyright sender. Hot shit YouTuber, talking tea with a pink ring light aura. Yeah. She reviews shampoo and ghost hunts too. Caught Bigfoot slipping in a Gucci shoe. Unboxes snacks, talks haunted dolls, and drops a diss track on bathroom stalls. Hidden caboodle is a hot shit Uber. Hashtag queen, thumbnail smoother, dancing in a study with a llama on her head. Uploading content even while in bed. Hot shit YouTuber. Even aliens subscribe, that's no rumor. Yeah. She vlogs in Walmart, midnight mission. Caught in aisle 9 with divine precision. Mic in hand, she interviews cheese. Sir, you aware you're lactose free? Goes live while baking glitter pies. Starts a feud with ducks, no lies. Reacts to Karen's, paints her Jeep, and once went viral yelling sheep don't sleep. Kitten caboodle is a hot shit Uber. Ring light blazing, sassy maneuver. Bands a troll while dancing to chair. Then sells merch made from her own hair. Hot shit YouTuber. Even her outro has a blooper. To play Fortnite, hosted a seance on Tuesday night. Got possessed midstream, ate a burrito. Still hit upload, respect amigo. Now Netflix calls and brands wanna collab, but Kit just vlogged from her glittery cab. She's not here for clout or fame, she's here to win the YouTube Hunger Games. Kitten caboodle is a hot shit Uber. Lights, camera, chaotic humor. She'll roast your comments and send a prayer while flossing and